I was doing 54s on my own.
Yeah.
Like, I had no slipstream. I was doing 54.8s on my own. Like, what the fuck was everyone doing?
Oh mate, I was saying on the
man.
commentary, you were doing everything right. You've been as cautious as anything. Before that big pile up where you got monumentally fucked over and turned on your roof, those guys went 3 wide in front of you. You backed out of it. You were driving so carefully, and I remember feeling so shit for you because literally you backed out. You literally stayed well out of it and got caught up in it.
It's not the fact that I lost the championship, it's the fact that I lost a good fight with the Hughes Rocker. Like, I felt like we were even Stevens.
Yeah.
I had no slipstream in qualifying. Every time I tried slipstreaming someone, they moved out the way, so I couldn't actually get a good lap time in.
Yeah.
Else I would have been higher. But it was just a fucking piss take, and people not thinking.
Yeah, mate, you did everything right in that race, but it's just one of them things, isn't it? It's one of them races. Yeah.
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 No, but the thing
Watch
is,
out, boys. I'm coming after
yeah.
you.
The thing is though, now you've had that bad luck in tier 2, at least you can take the good luck into next season.
Yeah,
Right,
man.
the lap time to beat is a 54.3. Go for it. That was with slipstream. I reckon I could have gone quicker still.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be angry for a while. I've already taken my anger out on the Discord. I'm going to be putting in. I'm going to be putting in some inquiries as well.
Yeah.
Because that was.
Yeah.
Hey.
That was said as well on stream. I think Andy mentioned that one. You know.
Yeah, I did. I was saying people shouldn't be giving aggro to the championship contenders when they've got nothing to do with it.
I felt like I was being bullied in that. I honestly did.
No, it's
Why can't he just race on the pad then?
no. He's got the stand, but he just doesn't have the wheel and the shifter. That's what he said to me yesterday. He said to me the other way about it. The other way about it.
Why doesn't he just race on the pad?
For fuck's sake, man.
He's
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, he's got to receive it. Shit, yeah. Fair enough.
Oh well.
Hey, I need to go for a nervous shit before the start of the race.
Don't do it. It doesn't help. Don't do it. It doesn't help.
Don't do it. It doesn't help.
I'm hoping it'll bring me more luck than you. Anyway.
I didn't handy that lap.
Like is it?
Feel for you, Dan. Honestly, mate. Feel for you, because.
Oh man, I was honestly so looking forward to saying, "Here's your championship winner," and Orpha Dubs, and I was like, "Fuck." Yeah, I'm already in. Fuck.
There's you lot trying to avoid saying anything because I can still hear you on the stream. I could still I wasn't watching the stream. I could hear you guys talking in the party. Yeah. And I just knew as soon as I got.
The thing with that first one, you seem to get pinballed around after you got spun.
Yeah, it was
like you tried to straighten yourself up, and everybody's just like bounce. Dan was just you were just bouncing left, right, off the wall.
I have a feeling that the Here's Rocker paid everybody.
Yeah.
I think it was douchebag biscuit, whatever he's called.
Soggy biscuit.
Soggy
He
Bourbon.
fucking would not give me any space whatsoever, and he kept hitting me, the little shit. Good question.
Don't know.
I think it was Super Fast Joe and myself,
Yeah.
and someone on the inside, which I think was Soggy Biscuit.
No, Soggy Biscuit, I think, tapped you from the rear, didn't he?
Or he might have been a bit. He might have been back. Anyway, I was still like 7 seconds back, and I was like, okay, I can still get to Hughes Rocker. There's still enough people in front that I can slipstream. But then
that was the thing. After your first spin,
incident.
After your first spin, you was in a position where there was still enough cars in between you and DeHuis for you to slipstream and gain on him.
Yeah, hands up. That first incident was my fault. I put my hands up. I did outbrake myself because I didn't realise how much slipstream I had.
Yeah.
Which I put my hands up. I did fuck up there.
Quickly sort the kids out. 2 seconds.
That's what I was saying on stream. Like, it's so easy when you've got the slipstream that it still, even though you're braking, it still pulls you along.
Oh, am I direct? Am I? Oh, I'm just trying not to get angry.
I don't know, man. Honestly, you have every right to get angry about that, man. That's almost a piss take.
I'm going to be going through the footage later. I'm just going to be ripping into as many people as possible. This person fucking hit me. This person fucking hit me.
So I'm going to leave them quickly. Yes, delete all my videos. So I know that I can save them if, anything does happen. I'm staying in the party, Sam, so I can listen to this shit firsthand, because normally the stream's like 15 seconds behind. Oh, fucking hell.
Was it Klaus Martini then that was also there?
I think so.
Because he's mentioned about Superfast Joe, incredible the loss of the car. I wanted to die. I'm going to be watching that stream over and over and being going like, what the fuck are you lot doing?
Yeah.
Give me something to punch!
Hey, just don't worry, man. You'll be able to take your anger out into your one next season.
Yeah, but at least with you lot, you can drive. If I'm driving badly, it's because of me. It's not because of anyone else.
Well, it depends on the track and how close you are.
I want redemption for Monza Short. I want redemption.
Go and play some Wreckfest.
I'm going to play zombies in a minute and just kill a load of zombies. I'm going to go on GTA. I'm going to go on GTA and just kill fucking shitload of civilians and not give a shit.
I replayed the GTA campaign for like the 10th time now or the. Have you seen the new trailer for it?
Penguin, Klaus Martini, Sylvester, great racing. Witness that crash. Well, thanks for telling me I had a great race, you fucking douchebag.
Like cop tease.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I was saying, have you seen the trailer for the new GTA thing?
No.
There's a new island coming where it's a solo heist.
To be honest, mate, I haven't played fucking GTA since the start of this year.
Well, the new ones, it's a completely new independent island and the new heist and all that shit. Everybody but Fury.
Right, I'm back.
Oh, hello. Daniel, not sure gone.
What? Hour enough.
Because I had to go and delete the saved videos I had in case there's any incidents that happen.
You know, Beth? Yeah, a little bit. Oh, I hate it
John
when
Boy's on his way.
I hate it when people do that. Oh, they're never online until last fucking second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's what.
Who's it? John Boy on?
It's normally Dean with us. Oh, I'll be there when he used to do commentary on another league we were on. Oh, I'll be there at 7:30. Like, yeah, alright. Send him an invite because I'd be hosting lobby. Fucking 2 minutes to 8 before we're just about to start. He joined. I'm like, you're a dick.
For me, it takes a wee bit longer for me to get ready because the way that my setup is, like, I have to, like, when I'm in bed, I turn the TV around so it's facing my bed, but when I'm on the wheel, I have to turn around, so I do. So I need to get all that shit set up, and I have to put a shoe on because I can't race without my shoes for some reason now.
Oh,
like,
I can't race with shoes.
I
can't race bare feet either.
It's because I've got the spongy shoes with sponginess at the bottom.
Yeah.
So it makes that a bit easier.
I need some gloves because the seam on my wheels doing me.
You need to save your racing virginity. You need a punch back. Let's go upstairs and punch the pillows.
I'm in my room.
How a week has changed things. Last week, Ian and fucking Dan were flirting with each other. Now Dan's really annoyed. Come on, Dan.
now we're plotting to punch the shit out of some cunt.
Yeah. Best of luck, G.
I'm going to mute myself.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone hit you, G.
Not if I have anything to do with it.
If you do, Ian, I'll knock you out.
Well, you're welcome to. I could use some sleep.
Alright, I'm on my way to Scotland.
Thank you. You can buy me a packet of fags on the way.
Get fucked. I'm not giving that.
Fuck you. So you waste over £100 and getting a train up here.
Oh my god, I've just watched it back. Soggy biscuit, you knob.
So AI is a hobnob. What the hell?
I think we're about to go live in a minute, lads, so...
Sorry, I gotta calm down.
Yeah, I'm staying with it.
Do you want me to ask how your race went down, or...?
I don't know. I feel like I've got a lot of power in here.
It's going to have those Vietnam style flashbacks in a minute.
I mean, I'm very good at giving them my opinion.
Oh, we've lost somebody.
Oh, that's me. I was in the wrong livery. It's pinged me back into pie.
Moving to the intro, G, or... G.
I would say we're live. Let me double check, hang on.
Oh, we are live. Hello, welcome back. For some reason my YouTube had froze on me there and I wasn't refreshing. It was still saying we're on a break. But welcome back to the Tier 1 category then here at Motive Racing for Monza Short Round 6 and the finale here in the Tier 1 group then. I'm joined in the commentary box tonight by Dan, aka Unorthodox. Dan, how are you?
Yeah, I'm alright. How are you, Matt?
Yeah, I think I'm in the same category as what you are, mate. I know, obviously, with what's just happened 2 moments ago, not long ago, obviously still fresh on your mind, but just talk us through a little bit of it. What kind of happened there, bud?
Just getting caught up in other people's silly shenanigans, I guess.
Shenanigans, weird.
Oh, I did think of another word, but I don't think I can say it live here on YouTube. But shenanigans, we'll say, it's just a little bit messy, and I was taken away from having a good race with the Hewis Rocker and Zeus. Just want to say, if you are still listening to Hewis, congratulations, mate. Well done on taking the title, and well done Zeus as well for finishing on the top 3. Like I said, it's a bit disappointing that I couldn't have had that fight with those guys, but you know, I'm moving into these boys category next year, so maybe these guys can be a little bit cleaner. But yeah, you know, it happens, it's racing, but I will be annoyed for the next few days, but
understandable. Understandable. Going into this one then, G leads the title by 3 points. John Boy 50 points back. I don't know if John Boy's quite mathematically possible. Little H and Gary then sit for fourth and fifth, sorry, with BT Target in 6th place. Shoulders sit 7th. Emo Guy sort of mid-pack. Melted Dazza, Andy just behind him. Fury not able to be here tonight, unfortunately, Fury, so he's missing out. Looty McShooty just behind him with DJ Phil Green ahead of Nick the Villa, Smokey Devil, and Charlie Goff, I do believe, is missing from the grid as well. Quick 10-minute practice session here while we wait for the grid order. The grid order will be Smokey Devil, DJ Phil Green, Looty McShooty, Andy, Melted Dazza, Ian aka Emo Guy, Shoulders, BT Target, Gary 131, Little Each 774, John Boy 2606, Motoring Morgan, The Only G, and Nick the Villa will start at the back of the pack. So that will be the lineup for race 1. And who's your tip for the title? Obviously, we saw a great battle last week, Dan, at Monaco between Motoring Morgan, the man on screen now, and The Only G. 3 points, 5 points in it. Who's your money on for the title here?
I don't think I should make predictions, because whenever I make a prediction, things go wrong. So either one of the top 2. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to ruin the chance for either of them to take the title, but either one I'll be happy with, and I know these two will put on a fantastic battle. look back on previous championships, and these two had a fantastic race last time here at Monza. So let's see if we can see anything like that again. But it looks like G is just going to be sitting in the pit lane on this one, and Morgan trying to get as much practice as possible. If the guys are listening, if the guys are listening to the stream and you're not in a championship fight, please let these boys race. Please, there's nothing more frustrating than losing a battle. So let them have their fight.
Indeed, that is the case. G always likes to keep his cards close to his chest, doesn't he? In the practice session, you don't really tend to see him do many laps.
Or he's probably messing around with the stream. That's probably what he's doing.
Yeah.
But he's learning how to use these fancy graphics now, which are looking fantastic, by the way, G. But
yeah, look brilliant, by the way.
But if we're not talking of the top two, and we're gonna talk about the outside bet, I got my eyes on Gary. He looks like he could be a good tender tonight. Also Andy as well. He's always quick in these Clios. Emo guy as well. The thing is, we did in tier 2. It was so tight. So this is the great thing about Monza. It's so tight with these guys, and it can be great to watch. So any one of these guys could take the win here tonight.
They really could, and the Clios as well, a tight car. You know, you can have a real good tight grid in the Clio category. A second, I think it was, between 14th and 3rd pole position in tier 2, which is nothing really. You know, a bit of slipstream here and there, nothing. So brilliant times, and we're seeing just over a second between Little Each and 8th, and Motor and Morgan at the top of the timing screens at the minute. Obviously, these may not be respectful times. These may be just people tweaking last-minute setup bits and whatever. Not really important slipstreaming each other here, so nobody may want to show the true pace neither. Got Morgan on a 54.5. I imagine that isn't far off his true pace, but Gary currently down in 7th. You know, I reckon Gary's got a bit more in him, as is Emo guy, probably in 11th place. Little Each in 9th. BT Targa, I think, has got a bit more pace than a 57.9. John Boy as well, a 55.0. I think John Boy could probably do a bit better than that. Excuse me. I think John Boy's probably a bit quicker than what he is as well.
Yeah, looks like right here we got John Boy and Gary currently lapping around with each other. I mean, I was about to say they look like they're giving each other some slipstream advantage. Gary going right around the outside there, so it looks like they're taking turns to get slipstream, but it's not really helping them as much. John Boy currently 4th and Gary in 8th, so you really have to kind of perfect the slipstream. If you end up with someone who's on a slow lap, you don't really gain an advantage. If you get someone who's on an out lap, you still don't get that advantage. You really have to. So Gary there trying to get rid of the slipstream for John Boy, but now John Boy's got too close and had to back off. It's really, you have to perfect it right, and you got to try and judge who's on a hot lap and who isn't. Yeah,
and the thing is, for the guys who are providing the tow, they don't want to sort of pull to the side like Gary did and maybe back off, because John Boy was that close to him. He could have rear-ended Gary there, and it could ruin both sets of qualifying sessions. One thing I'm interested to see in qualifying is, will Gary and Little Each slipstream each other, being brothers? I wonder if they'll give each other the tow, surely in a bit of a party on the PlayStation with each other. I wonder if they will help each other out for a tow. Obviously nothing to play for, so why not try and go out there and win the race? Obviously, as long as they can keep it respectful with those who can win it, which I'm sure they will. I'm sure all the tier 1 drivers will keep it nice and respectful in that manner. We are seeing now the top 10 just over a second off the pole time, or off the quickest time. Excuse me, I do apologise. I just want to take the time to thank everybody here at Motive Racing for some support due to personal problems. Andy, G, Ian and Dan yourself, I want to thank everybody here for your ongoing support during what is a bit of a tricky time at the moment, and that's why I wasn't here Sunday. And Dan, I watched the stream, mate. You did a cracking job on Sunday in the commentary box on your own. I know it's not easy on your own, but you did a fantastic job, mate. And just thanks to all the Motive Racing lads for everybody's continued support. Please, 23 watching, 13 likes at the moment. Please give a big thumbs up on the stream. Let's get these boys to maximum likes tonight, because these guys do a terrific job, and as you can see with G's graphics on the stream, it's absolutely fantastic, and it's only going to get better heading in towards season 6. But thank you, and please hit that like and subscribe button, please, everybody.
It's nice to hear that. Nice to hear that, Matt. We do try and make as best a show as possible for you guys watching, and yeah, we missed you, Matt, and especially me as well. It was kind of lonely. The last 2 race events I've had to do on my own, and it's quite daunting on your own. And I've also learned it's very difficult as well. I've never had such dry mouth after. I was really struggling, but
you have no idea.
Yeah, last night I had to do the first finale this week, which was GTEs, and we saw Flaky take the championship away from G. G going for another championship here tonight. He's got Motor Morgan as a contender, so it's really exciting to get this final week of finale races, and I'm sure tonight these Clios will put on a fantastic show for us tonight.
I love final weeks because you get that. I hate to see the championships end, but I love it at the same. You see brilliant driving. We saw over at Simplay Wednesday, Gary made the move of his life on final corner of Parabolica in the wet, last lap, to lead the championship. And you get to these stages in the season where you sort of sit there and are like, wow, that's a drive that wins a guy a championship. He does that race one and you go, oh, he's done well. You don't take anything away from him, but it's not the same as if they do it now. You sit there and go,
wow.
You look at how was me and you last week with Motor Morgan and G at Monaco. I mean, that was a drive that Morgan just defended brilliantly. Well, both of them, but Morgan defended brilliantly. And it was like, whew, you sort of sit there, Monaco penultimate round at season, and think, Morgan's now got a chance of winning this title. Had G won that race, you're probably going, Monza, G could be the favourite there. But no, I love the end. I hate to see it go, but I love to watch it leave, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's really that balance. Like, you really want the season to carry on because you're just seeing the best drives. Yeah. But then afterwards, you're like, I wouldn't say my drive a second ago was champion's drive, but it was like I had the fire burning inside me wanting to get back into there.
Oh, I wouldn't say it wasn't a champion's drive, mate. The way you came through that grid, the field, was took me back to a few drives I've seen Shedden make in the touring cars through the field. It's one of them. You've carved your way through the field. The problem is, Shedden had points on his side and you didn't, and that's ultimately what's cost you. But if you'd have had that drive with a few points in hand, that would have been one of them drives at the beginning of the season you go, oh, he's done really well as Dan, for a P3. But if you'd have done that tonight and come away with title as well, you'd have been like, oh my God, what have we just witnessed? That is absolute. You know what I mean? It's one of them kind of drives.
I was hoping for one of them drives, but luck didn't really pan out my way tonight. But tonight, from now on, we're looking at Tier 1 and we're seeing what these guys can do and what show they can put on.
What's your hopes going forward into next season, into Season 6 and the Tier 1 guys? Obviously, you race with a lot of these guys I've seen in practice and things. Cleaner racing for one. I believe you only race with Gary on touring cars here at Motive, and then you race with Gary and Little Eat over at Simplay and the GT3. So, what are you hoping to get out of this one next season?
I just want to see where I compare with the top guys, really. I want to see where... I mean, we've had the top guys in Tier 2 and we were all so close with each other, and I just want to see how we get on in Tier 1 with the other top guys. If I can be in the top 5 majority of the time, then I'd walk away happy. I'd walk away as a champion in myself. But as of right now, it's just be surviving really and see how we go on. It depends on the circuits as well. Some circuits I'm good at, some I'm not. So it all how it pans out. But I know these guys for sure do not leave an inch open. So it's going to be hard next season for sure.
Hard racing, hard but fair is what we want to see as well. Very hard but fair racing. And so we're about to get underway for our formation lap, in which the drivers will get onto the grid order. I'll run through that again in just a moment. But yeah, very hard but fair racing is what you get here at
just Monaco alone.
Oh, Monaco was brilliant. Monaco was brilliant. A track where you expect to see a track which kind of puts fear in everybody's eyes and go, Monaco, oh, stay away from there. A lot of dramas, a lot of incidents, a lot of damage, but you kind of get some of the best races there. Do you know, it's one of them tracks where everybody seems to just really be on it. So let's go for the grid for you right now then. So Smokey Devil currently sit on pole position with DJ Phil Green hopefully going to make his way past Luty McShooty into second place. Then it is Luty McShooty third, so them two do need to swap around. Andy will start in P4, he's already there. Melter Daza in 5th, he's there. Emo Guy 6th place. Shoulders in P7. BT Targa P8. Gary P9. Little Each P10. With John Boy in 11th. Motoring Morgan 12th. G 13th. And Nick the Villa 14th Now, where does Smoky Devil decide to go here?
Sorry for the camera change, but we're trying to get on board with Smokey here. If I was Smokey, I'd leave it to the very last minute so they wouldn't get the slipstream. Yeah. But it's up to him at the end of the day. He had I believe, his son in the first race, and it's him now in the first race. So, and off he goes. I think he's gone now.
Yeah, he's away.
And DJ feels a bit asleep there. He's got Looty Mtcc right behind him.
And
Andy as well.
Andy charging. Andy probably my favourite for race 1 here. So far, so high up the grid coming into the season quite late. Andy, one of my favourites to win this one, and already passed Looty Mtcc into turn 1. That job is done. Andy's past DJ Phil. DJ Phil at times can be a bit too forgiving. Yeah, a bit too kind, if anything, and gives places away. You know, fair enough. He obviously doesn't feel like he's got the pace to front. Very wide indeed. What progression has G and Morgan made? None at the moment. Gary's past BT Target. The Leech still down in P10. Shoulders sits 7th. DJ Phil's dropped all the way down to 6th now. And Andy goes for the lead, coming up towards Parabolica. And up the inside he goes. Later on the brakes and Smoky Devil. And that move will be done, but he clatters the curb. And it sends him onto 2 wheels. And he's lost all momentum there. And Looty Mtcc going to try and split Smoky Devil and Andy then. That's Emo Guy and Melted Dazza in the background watching on. And Looty Mtcc and Smoky Devil back in front of Andy. Here comes Emo Guy with the toe. Andy's not out of this one yet. Look at Smoky Devil come back on Looty Mtcc here then. This could be 4 wide going into turn 1. And Emo Guy being very brave. Andy backs out of that. And Gary may capitalise on Andy backing out of that. I think he has. So Gary's now gone up into P4. Andy backing out of that's cost him a place. Yeah, he's had a brilliant first lap. And now he's past Smoky Devil. Oh, who's that was sideways? Someone was sideways then. I think it was Shoulders.
There's also
that's G sideways as well. G down in P12.
Yes, it was Shoulders that was caught up in all that incident, but because of that last corner incident with Andy, everyone's back right up now, and Emo Guy seems to be the one benefit out of all of it. And Gary, he's had a fantastic start to this race.
Great move by Gary. Andy backed out of that one, possibly not expecting Gary to lunge from where he did, and he Sutty sent one indeed. I'm sure if Sutty's watching, he'll be proud of that.
Another guy who's had a great start as well is Little Leech. So the Leech brothers have had a fantastic opening start to this race, and all they need to do now is stick to the back of these guys. But regarding the championship, Moto Morgan is up into 7th and G is down in 11th, but it's still a long way to go. We're only 16 minutes into this race, but at this minute Moto Morgan is getting through the pack as quickly as he possibly can without getting in too much strife.
Yeah, a long way to go. Like I say, Dan, 3 points, swings and roundabouts here. Morgan only a couple of places in front of G, but 3 points isn't enough to sort of play with. G's got to make that progression and stay on the back of Motor Morgan. Gary's got himself up into 2nd, but Looty Mtcc is up the inside of him. Yeah, Emo Guy does lead here, so I wonder what happened to Looty Mtcc. Gary's going to try and go the long way round at Parabolica then. Can he make that one work? No, Looty Mtcc tucks up the inside, and Andy's going to cut underneath, and he's going to cut underneath for Looty Mtcc as well on the exit to Parabolica. Is he here? Gary will have the slipstream, and Andy will have none. Emo Guy pulls across now to defend his place, so does Looty Mtcc, but Andy's already there. Here comes Gary. He's going to pull out. He's going to try and make this one 3 wide going into turn 1, and Andy on the inside, Ian just up in front, and Gary late on the brakes round the outside of both on him. Cracking manoeuvre, and he gets the rear end out and manages to hold that on the back of Emo Guy as well. Great driving from Gary 131. You said it a moment ago. These Leach brothers really on it. Andy clips the curb again there, and Little Leach now on the back of Andy.
Fantastic move there from Gary. Really brave on the brakes and just threw it in there, and it's benefited him. He's up into 2nd place now, and his brother is now caught onto the back of this pack as well and trying to hustle Andy. But right now Gary's looking to the inside of Emo Guy. The Emo Guy holds on to that place, but he will get a slipstream advantage here from Gary, and Looty Mtcc going very wide, but hopefully getting a better drive out the corner. But fantastic driving from these guys. They're giving each other plenty of space,
plenty of respect as well shown. But this is absolutely brilliant driving.
Look, he's at the back of this pack.
Morgan right on the back of the lead pack. G is up into 8th, but he's 3 seconds behind him, and this is going to be 3 wide again. This time Gary's in the middle, not around the outside, and he's going to try and do it. Looty, Gary and Looty just touch. I think Gary and Emo Guy touched a bit before as well, but Gary's come out of that leading this race. Now that's not always the best thing to do with 15 minutes remaining. Goes a little wide there, but he's back onto the track now. And there's G in the background fending off a few people then.
He's now cleared that pack. Pack, and he's now got to try and catch up to the back of Morgan. So in the situation,
Little Leach has passed Andy. Sorry, Dan, Little Leach has got past Andy somewhere.
Looks like Andy's got a slowdown or something, because he's really slow there. We've got Looty Mtcc going down the inside, but look at Little Leach. Where did he come from?
lunging up the inside of Emo Guy. Caught Emo Guy napping a bit. I wonder if Gary got a bit of a slowdown penalty somewhere. I'm not sure where we'd have picked that one up, but strange place to pick that one up at the entry to Parabolica. It's a strange one. But look at this, Little Leach.
I'd be nervous.
I'd be very nervous. I'd be staying out of the way of this, but if you watched your race, that's for sure. Little Leach now leads this race, and Gary hangs on into P2 through the middle of Emo Guy and Looty McShooty. This is great Clio racing here.
This is brilliant.
Leach Brothers, Leach Motorsport, they call themselves over at Simplay. 1-2 at the moment. Little Leach from Gary.
Morgan's
Little Leach.
Past Andy.
Has he? Oh, he has. He has. Yeah. Where's G? G's dropped. Where's G? Oh no, he hasn't. He's 7th. I couldn't see his name then.
he still hasn't cut. He still hasn't cut to the back of this pack, but that's the problem. He's not got any slipstream, so he can't actually gain on these guys. But Morgan is really getting stuck in. He's really pushing them, as we see. Looty McShooty trying to get past Gary, but at the minute, Looty's got a run on the inside. But the Leach brothers are working together to try and win this race. And
look at Emo Guy
racing.
Emo Guy trying to make this one 4 wide, and Morgan now getting really involved in this. In fact, he looks like he's past Emo Guy. So up into P4 goes Motoring Morgan. Looty McShooty wants to make this one 3 wide into turn 1. Little Leach will squeeze him to the inside as much as possible, and he backs out of that. And Gary again around the outside, but tries to do it this time on his brother. Cannot keep it there. This is top stuff from the Leach brothers, and they're so far putting on a show for this crowd. Emo Guy having to try and look up the inside of Motoring Morgan there. What a clean race this is. This is absolutely fantastic battling here. Now, Looty McShooty pulls out, and he's caught Little Leach napping a bit there. Motoring Morgan's now going to look.
At the back of the pack now.
G's on them. G's on them. This is going to get even fruitier. And Looty McShooty is making this 3 wide with the Leach brothers, and Little Leach nearly got squeezed like mad there. God. And I tell you what, this could not be closer. Look at Morgan and Emo Guy in the background with a good slipstream off of all of them, and they're touching a Looty McShooty and Little Leach here. They're now 5 wide, 5 wide coming down the start straight. Looty McShooty's lost out then, and the Leach brothers in the middle. Emo Guy up the inside, Morgan on the outside. Is he going to make it stick? He's just rubbed with Gary, and Gary again goes around the outside of Little Leach, but can't make it stick. Looty McShooty touches Little Leach, who puts Gary into the wall. Morgan has done well not to get overtaken there, but I tell you what, Emo Guy now leads this race from Looty McShooty. Gary P3, Morgan has passed G. G's now past Morgan, and Little Leach has dropped down to P5. Little Leach is ahead of Morgan. Where has G came from there? He's ahead of Morgan and ahead of Little Leach coming up towards the Parabolica. In fact, he might get Gary on the inside of Parabolica here. Little Leach is still going to try and keep it 3 wide, but may have to tuck up the inside then. Gary's wide and has lost the rear of the car and has lost a lot of time there. There's John Boy now getting involved. This is a heck of a train of cars.
But more importantly, G has now put himself into 3rd place, but Morgan is right behind him. The championship contenders, I don't know how, has managed to fight their way through that pack and not get taken out. This fantastic driving from everyone.
Absolutely brilliant racing. This is what the tier 1s are displaying here. Why this is the top tier of motive racing on the Clio Cup category. I tell you what, Emo Guy and Looty McShooty, in fact all of them, Little Leach and Gary as well, must have a real good smile on their face from such an epic battle there. Now then, Morgan on the back of G. What can G do about gaining on the back of Looty McShooty? Not as quick last time around, but geez, we know G, record holder, 30 plus records on the Project Cars 2.
G's already caught him up with him, but Morgan's going with him. Morgan is going with him, and Morgan just needs to basically follow G, and if G gets caught up into anything, Morgan benefits from it. But as of right now, Ian is leading the pack and is not really where he wants to be. We're only now coming to the halfway point of this race. I feel like we've done a whole race already, but G's looking to the inside, but he thinks better of it. But Looty McShooty's going to try and do a Gary line, but Ian hits the curb. He just hits the curb a little bit and then runs into Looty McShooty. And now G and Morgan are right behind these two. These two have got to be careful. Ian just gives the space, and Little Leach is back onto the back of him as well.
Little Leach and Gary, and that Smoky Devil going with him as well. What's happened to Andy? He's down in 13th place, so Andy must have made a mistake somewhere. Apologies that we're not covering everybody in this race. It's a bit hard to when you've got such a battle for the lead. And look at Motor and Morgan and G. No, it's fine. Look at Morgan and G here, making it 3 wide with Emo Guy going into the final corner. Little Leach wants a piece of this action as well, and G's up the inside. Motor and Morgan's been around the outside, and Little Leach has done Emo Guy. All 3 of them have done Emo Guy at Parabolica. Now Little Leach, is he going to try and split Morgan and G here? He is trying to split Morgan and G. This is fantastic racing at the moment. G close to the pit wall. He's lost out to Morgan and Little Leach then at the moment, but is he going to try and break late? In fact, Little Leach could send one on Looty McShooty. And I thought he looked like he was going to.
brave.
G's tying up the inside. It's so tight to the wall. But G's trying to pass Morgan and will have the inside line going onto the back straight.
Oh.
Good move from G. I don't know where to look down at the front of this pack. It's chaos everywhere.
I've got my eyes on the championship contenders, but as of right now, Little Each is absolutely flying at the minute. He's just picking out people. He drops back a little bit, but then he composes himself. And Emo Guy's down the inside of G. So what's going to happen here, Emo Guy?
G and Little Each touched on each other a little bit there. And Morgan's now tapping G, who's leaning on Little Each. And that's pushed...
Oh, my God.
Excuse me, he's pushed him. I'm choking on my saliva. He's pushed G wide. I cannot get my breath here. This is great racing. Look at them. That's BT Targa and John Boy in the background as well, trying to get on the back of this. How is Looty McShooty still leading this race? It's chopped and changed that much. Looty McShooty, I think, led 3 or 4 laps in a row now. That's the most anybody's led in this first race. This is brilliant stuff. G trying to go the long way around a Little Each.
Morgan nearly tapped Little Each around, and I think they didn't realise how close they all were. But literally, anyone can take this race. But Looty McShooty, just minding his own business, has still got the lead. But G has now got the lead. He's got a great line. I think Looty McShooty went wide, but it's bad luck for Andy that he's not in this fight. But at this minute, if they keep fighting, he'll be back on them. But I literally don't know who to look at. We're going to look at G right now, but the championship contenders are literally at the front now. Morgan and G just got Looty McShooty around them, and the entire pack as well.
And it's been so clean. Bit of rubbing and door rubbing, bit of rubbing and argy-bargy down, but nothing too serious here as Morgan's going to look down the inside of the Only G. It'll be tight down there, but Morgan's going to have a look at it. Looty McShooty's there. He keeps the lead at the minute, does Looty McShooty, and G gets the cutback on motoring Morgan. Can Morgan keep it there? Little Each is trying to look around the outside of Looty McShooty, and he's now on the inside for the back straight. And Little Each is now up to third. They're coming up to lap DJ Phil. There's 8 cars here for the... In fact, no, I think there's 9 in this pack for the lead, because that's John Boy on the back of them. There is a train of Renault Clios here at Monza Shore.
A second and a half. Between first and ninth is a second and a half.
This is absolutely brilliant here, and it's the 2 championship rivals who lead. Gary is now up into third. Anything can happen. Looty McShooty's dropped down to 9th after leading at the beginning of this lap. He's now 9th place. This is crazy. G and Morgan side by side coming down towards turn 1. Gary 3rd, Little Each 4th, Emo Guy 5th, John Boy 6th, Smoky Devil 7th, BT Targrave and Looty McShooty now P9. Can Morgan think of getting the cutback here? The Leach brothers are side by side right behind them, and wherever you look, there's drama in this Clio Cup action. Morgan's done brilliantly around the first part of this lap. He's now up the inside and has got G done, but G will have that slipstream ultimately on the back straight. The question is, which one of these 9 cars are going to end up slipstreaming G into the Parabolica? Wherever you look at this front pack, it's battle all over.
I would have thought that G and Morgan would have been using each other to get away from this pack, but the more they keep fighting each other, the more this pack's going to stay with him. Now we've got Ian looking at coming back at Gary.
He's got Gary.
And John Boy's going flying right around the outside. I just don't know where to look. At one point, G and Morgan are starting to pull away, but then they get the slipstream from the others.
It's
the
brilliant.
Leach brothers I'd be nervous around because they seem to be absolutely flying, and Morgan going around the outside. These two have so much respect for each other, and I know for sure these two will be avoiding contact as much as possible. But Gary's flying, goes right around the outside again.
Gary loves them outside moves. Yeah, he loves these outside moves, does Gary Leach. I'd be careful of watching him. It's not, doesn't seem to be working around the Parabolica. DJ Phil, if I was you, mate, I'd just park it on the grass and let these 9 come past you. Do not get involved in this one. Do not get involved in this one. Do a drive-through or something. Bless you, DJ Phil. I would not want to be in your position right now with 5 minutes left on the clock. Gia Morgan just slowly maybe starting to pull away from Gary and the rest of the pack. Gap between Morgan and Gary.
I don't think so.
No, I don't know. Actually, looking at Parabolica, John Boy is now 4th place. He's came from nowhere to be P4. What a drive from these 9 guys. This is epic stuff. This is why we want... This is why we love the Renault Clios on this calendar. John Boy's now on the back of Gary. Gary trying to get the good slipstream from Morgan. Is Gary going to go with him? Gary's going with him! Gary's going up the inside of G as well, and John Boy's going to have a look here. This is disastrous for G going into race 2. Gary's been tapped. Oh, leans on the side of Gary. Gary got the rear end out there and tapped G. And now Gary is up into P2 with John Boy third. Little Leach having a look at G here. Little Leach having a look at John Boy as well.
But more importantly, Morgan has made a second out of this lot. So he's starting to pull away. G must be absolutely screaming right now. I'm just seeing in the comments.
Oh, he's wide. He's wide.
Oh, this is going wrong for G right now. Morgan running away with it, and he's stuck in this pack.
Yeah, Sutty cheering on the sim play lads of Gary and Little Leach, who are second and third, still a side by side, and Emo Guy's pretty much with him. John Boy may as well be pushing Little Leach down the straight, and Gary, you know, he's going to take the longer route around into turn one. Emo Guy's going to make this 3-1 though, look. And he tries the Sutty send it manoeuvre. It doesn't quite come off, and John Boy clouts the side of Emo Guy. And they're all still in this one. Emo Guy's now past GG's down in 6th place, and this for the title is not going the way he wants. It makes it better, though. Going into race 2, G will have to work so hard for that one.
Yeah, the problem is that the only G, it's not like it's a second he's losing and then he only loses a place. He loses a second and he loses several places. Yeah.
He's back up to P4. He's back ahead a little each in an Emo Guy. Just look like they leaned on each other a little bit coming into the Parabolica. BT Target and Shoulders have dropped off the back of this battle. But Morgan out front, we said the slipstream should help them, you know, gain on each other and not help people pull away. But Morgan's got a second gap. Can G reel him in that slipstream? But look at G and John Boy up front, side by side, going into turn one. And Little Leach has absolutely set one on G. It's not worked. He's round wide. Oh, he's done well to hold that. He's done very well to hold that because he went so deep. Did you see the gap get smaller there, Dan? That gap was getting very small.
He's gone round. Emo Guy. No, these guys got caught up, and I think there's just all sorts of shoulders. What's going on there, boys?
It's been so clean. Final 2 minutes, it's all gone to pot. John Boy's looking up the inside of Gary now, and Gary looks like he's going to consolidate that one.
Where is John Boy come
That's
from?
Not the right word.
From nowhere.
John Boy's been fantastic.
He was literally at the back of this pack and was nowhere at the start, and now he's in second place. He's got, well, Gary quite literally up his bumper, but
he's going to defend from. Oh, he's defending from G. Here is John Boy. They're pushing him in the pit wall. I'll tell you the one to watch here. Gary will make this one stick, I bet, because he's loved this move all night. There he goes again. He's done it again around the outside. Gary Leach loves that manoeuvre. G, though's kept it side by side with him, and G will have the inside going onto the back straight here. Nothing Gary can do about that, and John Boy's going to look to squeeze Gary out wide, and he does so. He's got the run, and he'll have G slipstream at the moment. They're starting? No, I thought there was really Morgan in, but they're not.
They were for a second, but they were too busy racing each other. By the way, Sutty, if you're looking, watch what Gary's doing, because that is a Sutty send it. He's got giant kahunas right now, and my God, especially around G and Morgan.
Hats off to Gary 131. What a shame he had the knee operation to put him out of contention for the title. But I tell you what, he's doing a stellar job. Oh, no! G and John Boy! Oh, they're in the wall! John Boy's around, and G has somehow kept it going. Looty McShooty narrowly avoids John Boy there. Little Leach back up into 4th. Looty McShooty's now 5th. But G in the wall there. Oh dear.
G has got to be absolutely fuming right now.
Yeah.
But Gary's starting to creep back onto the back of Morgan. Now he hasn't got anyone to race against.
I'm just watching it on the stream here, and it just looked like that G and John Boy just a tapper rear on front end. Don't look like anybody really comes across anyone.
No, it's just didn't really go into that corner. But
it was as if...
Will he get another lap? This is what I'm thinking. Morgan's come around the final corner. Will he get another lap? It's going to be close. Will Morgan take a race win here? But
I don't think he will. I think
he will win this sprint race.
Yeah, he's going to win it. Time is up, and Motoring Morgan is going to take race 1 victory. G's back up into 3rd. Oh no, he didn't. Or did he not lose 3rd? No, he didn't lose 3rd. G back up in 3rd.
Anything.
Gary 2nd. What a drive from him. G in 3rd place. Little Leach is going to come home P4. Looty McShooty 5th. Well, there's BT Targa and Melted Dazza for 7th place over the line. Targa finishes 7th. Melted Dazza 8th. We missed that one. Emo Guy come home P10 after Shoulders 9th. Smoky Devil 11th. Nick the Villa 12th. This man Andy, not the race he'd have wanted. I'm sure he'd have loved to have been in that fight, finishing P13.
Why is Emo Guy in the pit?
He pitted after he crossed the line, so I'm not quite sure. DJ Phil then P14 and last in that one We're going to take a very short break, but we'll be back with a dramatic race too. Don't go anywhere. You will not want to miss the second one. GV Morgan going down to the wire here. So stay tuned. Oh, that was a good bloody race. That was fucking... That's the race you wanted.
That's what I wanted, but I didn't get that.
You got the total opposite.
I may as well. I just did exactly the same as fucking Stu. I ran out of fucking fuel.
Sorry, man.
Ian, that was a mega race, mate. That was quality.
That was awesome.
The worst thing is, I've been driving with one hand because around here on Monza, I use a stick shifter, so I do.
All right.
Wow.
So I've been using the one hand. It's like wanker's cramp.
That's never nice.
Fuck. No, I really isn't.
That was awesome, though. That was fantastic to watch. That's what should have happened in Tier 2. It's what should have happened. But it didn't.
Oh, God. I didn't know who was going to win that. I could not put my money on who was going to win that.
This makes me more amped up for Tier 1.
Because you know you're racing with better quality, yeah.
Yeah, and I know I can lap as quickly as the likes of Gary and Little Each, and they were at the fucking front.
That and the fact as well that if you lose a race like that, you go, fucking hell, fair enough. If G comes away and don't win title tonight because of that race there, you kind of look at it and go, yeah.
But that John Boy thing, I think...
That was anybody's race there.
Oh,
Yeah,
mate.
it was anyone.
Mate.
I couldn't predict it. I put my money on Andy to win it, and he ended up at the back.
Yeah, I did say...
I didn't say it out loud.
Yeah. But 9 times out of 10, even thinking that their prediction fucks it up.
Oh, great. I'm just not going to think.
No.
Morgan's lap time was fast as well.
Yeah, you got the fastest as well.
Yeah, he did a 53.4, I think he did, or something like that.
Hell.
I think so, aye.
So, and my best in mine, and I had Slipstream, was a 54.3, so he's easily, like, nearly a second quicker than me. And around...
Oh, aye, it's a bit of lines.
Around Monza, that's nuts.
Right, see, do you have a shifter?
No, I've ordered one for Christmas.
Right, well, when it comes to Monza short, see in the first corner, you shift down to second, and on the Parabolica you shift down to fourth, but brake, on the Parabolica you only brake about 50%. That's how you get round it, smoother and faster. That's what G does.
Well, I was starting to get the hang of it on my own. Like I said, I was in the 54s without any slipstream, and that was just because I was nailing the first corner and Parabolica every time. But every time I got into the slipstream, it changes.
Yeah, it's like my brakes, they kept on locking up coming into that first fucking corner.
No, what's the final race got in store for us? Holy shit.
If it's anything like it was in the first race, then it's going to be fun.
9 cars in that battle there.
I know, man. Fuck. Doesn't have that Smokey's crash completely screwed me over. Well, it's going to be good racing with you next season.
Discus Shoe makes me laugh. He goes, I probably deserve to be in Tier 2 again after such a poor fuel calculation. That's why I'm kind of glad I came. That's why I'm kind of glad I came into the party. I was like, "What? How much fuel do I put in?"
Yeah, at first I actually was going to put 17 in, but now I was like, "No, that's not going to be 17, so I'll put more." It turns out I was still 1 lap down. Fuck. Yeah, but it was a great race overall, though.
Gary's put in the comments, was a good race, that enjoyed it. And then Trey when it cracking race.
It wasn't just a good race, man, it was a stressful race. Try to keep an eye on everybody.
I could imagine it was stressful. Now you got to do 45 laps.
45
and
laps?
And a pit.
I think the fuel tank only takes up to 30 litres. No, sorry, 30 laps.
32, I think.
So everybody's going to have to add on fuel. Fucking hell.
Something like that.
I commend this time last season. I was fighting. I think it was either the first race or the second race. I was actually up there fighting with Gene fucking Morgan, even though I wasn't in the championship.
Right, we're going to be going live soon in a minute.
I'm grabbing you myself.
Good luck, man.
Yeah, thank you. I'll definitely fucking need it.
G cannot perform voice. Where's G gone?
Oh no.
In fact, the stream's now buffering as well.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Oh no, I'm back.
Mine's buffers in. It's always at this time.
Oh no, buffering.
As long as PlayStation Network doesn't go down, we're fine.
I don't think it's GSN, I think it's G's network.
You're all running fine, it's G that's the one who's struggling. Because obviously the streamers run through his internet.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And it's always around this time.
Why are you washing up? I'm going to say you're not meant to be. You're meant to be resting. I'm not saying you can't sit there and do nothing, but you're not doing the pots. Leave them for me.
Do you really expect a woman to listen to a man?
Not really, but she's got to.
Should be back in a moment, guys. Just Virgin Media having another meltdown. Well. Where are you? Where are you, Ian? There you are. Take us a lap around the track, will you? Oh, you missed your breaking point by a mile.
Smoother, Ian, smoother.
God, you missed that apex by. What the hell's that?
Don't ask.
Oh, you could take a lot more curb than that, mate.
Yep, a lot more.
Cold tires, motherfuckers.
You can get on the grass as well.
Yeah, I know.
The grass
Cold
is
tires.
the quicker line.
Yeah.
And that braking point in the first corner is the line I always take.
Just do a Gary Kahunas.
Yeah, just go around the outside. Imagine there's two cars up your inside.
There are two cars, not two girls.
Aww.
I know how you think. God, I've only known you for a couple of weeks and I already know how you think.
I'm liking the thumbnails, by the way, Dan. Top job on them.
Thanks.
Nah, man, they're shit.
Shut up, you're driving shit.
Ah, well.
I mean,
I wouldn't
wonder you lost that race.
I wouldn't. Ian, I wouldn't take that as an insult, considering he races tier 2 and didn't win title.
Don't. Don't. I'm already angry enough. Matt, do you want to do touring cars on your own, mate?
What, commentary?
Yeah.
I didn't know you was commentating. I thought you was driving, to be fair.
I gave up my championship so I could cover you. So you do owe me big time.
I do owe you big time. You're right. So, Ian, you're shit at driving. You're worse than Dan.
Can I get an extra 25 points in sim play?
What for? It's going to do nothing.
Make sure I stay in tier.
Oh, you're stayed because Mazda's dropped out of the league today. So I think it's only bottom 2 go down now.
Oh, how many points am I away from Gary then?
Oh, well behind Gary. Well behind Gary.
Are we talking 100?
What place am I in?
Bottom.
Oh, you're last. You're last, mate. You're fucking in the GTR. What more do you want?
Hey, the GTR's been doing well. Fuck you.
I did well at Fuji, and that was it.
Fury was the one who did well in it.
Yeah.
That's because I didn't even race the second race.
I know you had to go, didn't you?
As well.
Yeah, because my daughter woke up.
You are 144 points behind Gary.
Who, me?
Well, bear in mind I was late to the championship and all.
Oh yeah,
if
you put what we're thinking of doing is maybe going off of points from when you 4 joined, you Fury, Dan and D Biggs, puts you 3rd from bottom. Only the two Akoras have scored worse. If you look at Unorthodox, he's actually 6th. Since Spa.
Yeah, but it's still better than that. It's still better than those shitty NSXs.
Should have driven the Porsche, mate.
Nah.
Yeah.
The championship leader is
Why would I drive something that was a car that was built by a company that built tanks for the Nazis?
Ooh.
Exactly.
Sorry, I was trying to respond to what you were saying.
Ian, Pitt.
Yeah, Pitt.
Why?
Pitt.
G needs an invite. I think we're live.
Right, okay.
Oh no, we're saying be right back. Thank God. Otherwise it'd have heard us talking about the Nazis. Welcome back. Quick update. We're on about Hitler and the Nazis, so you've not missed a lot.
Is it me, or is the stream also back a little bit?
I'm not. Yeah, the stream's 9 minutes. How long was qualifying?
15.
The stream's on Be Right Back, so I've got no screen. Who else have we lost? We've lost another guy.
Literally shitty.
No, 13th.
Fuck knows.
Oh no, we only had 14 drivers tonight, didn't we? No Charlie Goffin, no Fury. So no, we're only missing G. Don't you worry.
What can I race
Look at Gary. Gary's on pole. You know why? Because Gary imagined he was 3 wide at turn 1.
I'm way 100 for the second back.
Because he's got giant kahunas.
Yeah. And no steering wheel according to that graphic there on the AI. Well done. Project Cars, spot on. Fuck's sake.
I'm only 100 for a second behind. Fuck you.
But you're 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top
10 separated by a second. It's not good enough, Ian.
And I bet Gary did that without a slipstream as well.
Yeah, because
I've been doing it. I've done 1 lap with it.
Because he's that good, he does it without legs as well.
Mate, you're losing to shoulders. Welcome back, everybody, to the stream. Sorry if you've missed anything there. G's internet decided to have a little meltdown midway through that race. I'm not surprised. It couldn't compute how quick and how good the top 9 drivers was. But he's back in the lobby now. The stream is live once again, so we're glad to see you back. Dan, what a cracking first race. And at the moment, you can see the list on the left. You can see the qualifying grid as it stands with 7.5 minutes remaining. Dan, what an epic first race. I'm still getting over it.
I'm still trying to catch my breath, if I'm honest, Matt. That was crazy. But what was the nice thing is that everyone kept it clean. bar a few little incidents, but we knew that was going to happen eventually, where we had 9 cars battling for within a second, and at one point we had 5 cars going wide. So, but it was fantastic to watch, and these boys really showing why they are in Tier 1. And it shows, obviously, that G and Morgan are the top dogs to manage to get themselves through that chaos as best as possible. But Morgan topped it, and he's doing fantastic to keep himself in the championship hunt. G has got a lot of work to do in this qualifying session, as he's missed the majority of it, and he needs to start setting fast lap times and get a slipstream off someone. Indeed,
he does. One thing he's got to do is get that lap time in. Currently, the man with the cojones, Gary131, on provisional pole, 500ths of a second ahead of Shoulders. Motoring Morgan only 700ths of a second behind. That's how tight these clears are. Emo Guy, aka Ian, just a 10th behind, 10th and a half behind. It's not quite good enough for Ian, but I'm sure he'll want to be up there on that front row. Andy only 2/10ths back. John Boy half a second behind. Melted Dazzler then 6/10ths back. Looty McShooty as well 6/10ths back. BT Targa 7/10ths back. Little Leach 7/10ths back. Nick the Villa 8/10ths back. So that is how tight it is between the top 11 drivers. Smoky Devil then P12 and 2.9 off the pace, and DJ Phil 4 seconds off of the pace of Gary. Up front, G not yet set a time with just under 6 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. I'm not going to say to you, Dan, who's your tip for pole, who's your tip for the race win, because as we just saw from race 1, anybody could win this race. DJ Phil could win this race. It's that chaotic. But we've got 45 laps of utter chaos coming our way, I reckon.
Was it 45 laps, I believe we have?
Yeah, I think, 45 laps of chaos.
Laps. And the pit window will open on lap 13, so these boys will want to make sure they got their pit strategy sorted, and I don't think they can fill these cars right to the brim, so they might have to put some fuel in as well. But as of right now, G on his own, without any slipstream, puts himself in 6th place, so he's got 5 cars in front of him from first place, but he really does need to start gaining some points on Morgan, because at the minute Morgan looks like he's going to take the title, but it's like you say, anyone can win this race. You could qualify, you could be John Boy, who qualifies at the minute in 7th, and he was going towards the race win at some point in the sprint race. You know, anyone can win it. Little Leach currently at the minute, who was flying, is sitting in 10th place. He's 6/10ths down in 10th. That's how tight it is.
And yet was leading the race at one stage in race 1 through sheer, will and determination and great moves. But Nick the Villa 7/10ths, if not 8/10ths back, and he's 12th. Nothing at all. DJ Phil and Smoky Devil trading times at the back of the grid, 2.4 and 2.9 off the pace. Alright, it's not with the pace of the leaders, but 7/10ths, 8/10ths, let's say, separate the top 12. It is anybody's qualifying. And look at the front 4. G has gone quicker again. G, Morgan, Shoulders, all behind Gary by less than 1/10 of a second. Heck of a time here. Gary looks like he's giving Little Leach a tow, and G's trying to get on the back of that one.
I was going to say, you've seen the Leach brothers there giving each other a little tow. That's probably why Gary set such an amazing lap time. Little Leach probably gave him a hand, and now it's the opposite way around. Gary's now giving Little Leach that advantage, and that's probably why Little Leach hasn't had his fastest time yet, but he's about to cross the line. Will Little Leach improve his lap time? We're about to see as he comes towards the line. Don't think he has.
No, I don't think he has. Neither has G.
Maybe this is the outlap.
Potentially. Potentially this is the lap where Gary really gives Little Leach the tow. Gary's getting a bit of a tow off of Ian himself, aka Emo Guy. Not as much as Little Leach will be getting, but Gary will be getting a slight tow off the back of Emo Guy there.
If I was Ian right now, I'd be backing off and letting these guys through so that he can then get the tow. But look who's at the back of all of them is Andy trying to get the tow off of the lot. But he's not quite close enough.
Off of G. G trying to get the tow off of Little Leach. If I was Gary, I'd be moving out of the way now, letting Little Leach get the braking zone. Bang on for Parabolica. He doesn't know. So we'll still have the tow coming through Parabolica. BT Targa's just gone above Little Leach. Top 12 now separated by 6/10ths of a second. And the top 13 only a second and a half, so DJ Phil's improved quite a bit as well. So good lap from DJ Phil. What can Little Leach do this time as he crosses the line? Team Tactics coming into play, and he goes up to P8, just short of 4/10ths off of Gary, his teammate and brother, in P1. And that is nothing at all. This is absolutely incredible at the moment. Look at this train here.
The guy who surprised me is Shoulders. That lap time that he's put in second is fantastic.
Fantastic lap.
500ths off Motoring Morgan, and he's really using this traffic that's in front of him to his advantage. But Morgan's in that traffic as well. That's why he's got such a good lap time on G. So we'll see as he comes across the line, and G's not getting close enough to the Leach brothers. So this train is really, as we see, melted. Dazza has gone into second, only 100 off Gary.
14 thousandths of a second off of Gary 131. Top. Oh, no. Where's Shoulder? Where's Smoky Devil gone? Smoky Devil's gone up tonight. So the top 14 are separated by a second and a half. That is how close this grid is. That is. Oh my goodness. He's done that off the slight toe. He's not going to have much of a toe from Little Each there, but he's a tenth quicker than Gary 131 then. Heck of a lap time.
We know G's good around Monza, and he's just proved it with a very little amount of slipstream. He's put himself right up there. See Gary going absolutely sideways in the background, but G showing how good he is in these Clios and puts himself at the top. Morgan is in a bad situation now. He's in 5th place. There's only 2 tenths he needs to find, but that only 2 tenths.
Morgan's just gone second.
A mile away, and there we go. He's proven me wrong.
Morgan has just gone second then. Only.
But G's got a slipstream here.
Yeah, he has. Could have a stellar lap from G. This could be off the back of Little Each here. Let's take a look. Heck of a slipstream. No, yeah, it does improve. Updated a bit later than normal, so 3 tenths quicker than Motoring Morgan. Can Gary, Morgan, Melted Dazza do anything about it? Andy down in P7 at the moment. No improved time there for Gary. He was a bit slidey coming onto the back straight last time round, so let's see if Gary can get it right this time.
G's done. He's in the pit, so it's down to Morgan now, and he's got a slipstream off Melted Dazza, but Melted Dazza trying to get out the way here.
I'm sure he'd have preferred that slipstream all the way down the straight.
I would have, but let's see how Morgan gets on. Can he improve on his lap time? He does, but not enough to get in front of G, and he's now done. So the championship rivals have done their laps. So who can knock him down? Gary was the only one who could really get in close contact with these guys, but Melted Dazza doesn't have a slipstream, neither does G. Sorry, Gary, we lost someone. Who we lost? I'm not sure who we lost. Lucy McShootie's gone, which is a shame. She was doing so well in race 1.
He had such a good race 1 as well, didn't he? No improved time for Gary there. What can Andy do as he's about to cross the line? He doesn't improve either. Little Heats, look at that. Who's just improved there? Is that Ian up to 7th? Or is that John Boy up to 6th?
Well, John Boy probably up to 6th. He wasn't quite up as high as that, but we're seeing BT Tiger currently coming to finish his lap time right now.
Where's Little Each? Oh, he's in the pits. Little Each, 11th, was one of the front runners in race 1. So it's P11 in this qualifying. That shows how close everybody is here. Top 12, well, just top 12. Under a second.
Yeah, the top 12 just under a second. So it's kind of being on pole isn't the best thing, but G does take pole position away from Motoring Morgan, and Gary with his giant kahunas in 3rd place as well. But
I'm telling you now, Gary could be 3 wide into turn 1 and go around the outside of both of these two.
The front two really have to keep an eye on Gary, because Gary will want to take a race win and take the championship as well, hopefully.
Indeed he will. We're going to be right back after a quick short break, and we'll be ready for the race 2 lineup. So don't go anywhere. Okay, so we are ready to go here in this second race and the final race of the season. For 19 people watching, let's make sure we get 19 likes on this video. And it's lights out and away we go. And Gary looked like he got off the line initially well, as did Mtcc, to be fair, from P4. And look at Gary already trying to look round for his favourite manoeuvre. Can't get it done. Morgan trying to look inside G. Especially first lap. Don't want to be a hero into turn 1, do you, lap 1?
We still got we got 45 laps around here at the Monza Shore, and at the minute the championship can tie us. And where's Little Leach come from?
Hello, 11th on the grid. This guy qualified. He's up to P6, 7.
Gary's looking down the inside. He's got a run on the pair of the leaders, but Gary looks down to the inside. G and Morgan having to rub doors, and Gary sends it down the inside and takes the lead. You see John Boy go wide as hell there, but G
can't come across. Mtcc was there. Oh, he couldn't come across anymore as Mtcc was there. Little Each now in the middle of G, and Mtcc getting the toe off his brother. And Morgan, could he do the Gary manoeuvre and go around the outside?
He's got to be brave to do that.
Oh, I tell you what, Little Leach looks up the inside of his brother, I think. There he does! And the Leach brothers lean on each other slightly, and Morgan now takes the lead. Oh, family feuds there.
Oh, Little Leach.
Oh, Leach and Morgan and Gary. Gary's come back up the inside and regains the lead. The drama continues from race 1. Look at the whole field.
Even DJ Phil's getting himself involved.
Yes, boy! This is absolutely... I know it's only lap 2. We've only just started, but yeah, boy, come on. Let's have some of the action. Little Each dropped out to P4. Only G's managed to get past Motor in Morgan then. Shoulders is in 5th with Mtcc 6th. Emo Guy 7th. John Boy 8th. Nick the Villain 9th. Smoky Devil 10th. BT Target 11th. Andy 12th. And DJ Phil 13th and last at the moment. But the battle out front, look at Morgan and G side by side. Gary lights on and away he goes at the moment. Is Little Leach thinking about making this one 3 wide? I tell you what, he might be, you know. I think he's tempted to. He's late on the brakes compared to G. G's had to back out of that more than anything, I think. And Little Leach up the inside of Motor in Morgan.
These guys got to be really careful right now. Little Leach just made contact with Morgan there. Morgan's lost loads of times and looks like Mtcc is down the inside of him. But the Leach brothers taking no prisoners. Both of them are now at the front. Will they be able to slipstream each other and pull away from this pack? But we know G and Morgan. Oh! What's going on there? Shoulders and
oh, wow. Who is that? Nick the Villa?
That's Nick the Villa and Shoulders, I believe. And both got caught up. But
flying in the sky was Nick the Villa. Yeah, that was... Whew. Tell you what, and this is what you're going to get with this close action. But look at G round the inside of Parabolica on Little Each. This is how close it is, that one little mistake like that and it could ruin your whole night. DJ Phillip into P11. Go on, mate. Little Each side by side with G.
Currently, Gary's nearly pulling off a second gap of these guys, but he's kind of ditched his brother now and kind of running away with it. Craig having to fight these guys, and he's kind of a sitting duck all on his own there. He had the advantage of following his brother, but right now...
John Boy! John Boy really clattered the curb, and how he's not put that in the wall, I don't know. What a save from John Boy there. He's managed to keep it going. Little Each now trying to get in that slipstream with G. The debris from Nick the Villa and Shoulders' car all over the middle of the track there. What a race we're seeing so far. Oh, Gary's wide. Gary's very wide at Parabolica then. And G's don't need no second invitations to get on the back of that slipstream. Little Each will now be getting a double toe. Motor Morgan will be getting a triple toe. Mtcc will have a quadruple toe, and Emo Guy will have a... What's the word for 5? A 5 toe. 5 toes that Emo Guy's getting. And Little Each up the inside of G. Can he get it stopped? He can! And what a move from Little Each. The Leach brothers really making sure that their foot is stamped on this championship. And I tell you what, they fight it. Little Each could get third as G just taps the back of Little Each and manages to keep hold of it there. What a race we are seeing here from the only G.
Gary's lost the lead. He's
brilliant
slow.
Stuff. Oh, he must have had a slowdown. He must have had a massive slowdown.
Down the inside now.
Gary around the outside. I'll have the lead back then, lads. You don't want it with me slow down. I'll take it back, boys. Don't you worry. That's John Boy very wide in the background there, and I tell you what,
Mtcc down the inside has gone into 3rd place with Emo Guy going with him as well. These guys are flying, and G and Morgan are getting caught up in so much issues. It looks like they're having stream issues again, but
I'm sure G and Morgan won't want one's a short next year for the title decider.
They love it around here, but with Gary and Little Leach in there, I think they probably would not like it at all, because the Leach brothers, even though it's the championship finale, they're not giving anything away, and now Little Leach takes the lead. I think Gary held them up so Little Leach could take the lead.
Well, Little Leach has taken the lead, and Emo Guy looked like he was side by side with G for a moment, but G now looks like he's got the run on Gary 131, and he's going to have the inside line on Little Leach. Apologies for the stream, a bit laggy at the moment. That could be G's internet playing up again. G now in front of Gary 131, and Gary's gone past Little Leach. Morgan's now up the inside of Little Leach and tries to stick the nose in on Gary 131 as well. Little Leach is already tucked behind Morgan for his toe. Gary's got no one to slipstream here, and now Little Leach pulls out, and they're 3 wide again heading into tier 1. And I bet I know who your money's on, Dan. If Gary keeps it parked on the outside line, he's chose not to, though. He's chose to tuck back into that slipstream. And will he have a go now?
But now he's got the run. We're watching Gary now. Will he go right around the outside? The Little Leach! Oh my God!
Little Leach has got back ahead of G, and Morgan's got ahead of Little Leach. So Morgan now leads this race. Gary's past G again. Everywhere you look. Oh dear me! Everywhere you look, there's drama.
So we've got one Leach brother that likes it right around the outside, and we've got the other one who loves to send it down the inside.
Absolutely brilliant this is. We want to see the manoeuvre where one goes around the outside and one goes around the inside. They meet each other side by side on the exit to the overtake. Look at them both! Gary's just tapped the back of Little Leach up to the inside of Parabolic, and Gary wanted to try and get the run up the inside of Motoring Morgan, but couldn't. He's now slotting in behind Morgan for the slipstream. John Boy is now on the right hand side of G as we look on screen. On board G on the roof cam at the moment. Morgan side by side with Little Leach. Gary's in the toe of Little Leach. Gary is choosing to go to the inside this time around, and is he going to make this one work? G on the brakes. Gary later on the brakes as well. He's gone a bit deep. He's kept it out the wall, and Little Leach goes in the lead. There's John Boy. There's Emo Guy. G is down into 6th place at the moment, and G's been tapped. G's been tapped by Melted Dazzer.
Oh my God! I knew this would end up in tears, but at the minute, G is really flashing his lights. He believed that Smokey Devil has hit him now, or something to do with Smokey Devil, but wow. Now Andy's got himself back into this fight. At the minute, DJ Phil will get back onto the back of this pack at this stage.
Come on, DJ Phil.
Heck, what a race. Now leads the race.
Oh, we've lost a driver. We've lost a driver. We lost Hootie McShooty early on, and we've lost shoulders now. Yeah, we've lost shoulders from this one. Gary choosing to go to the inside line up towards turn 1 again. Can he make it stick this time around? Heck of a race this is. Going to look up the inside of his teammate and brother, and can't get the move done. John Boy looked around the outside of Motoring Morgan, and he's not got that one done. And Gary,
I feel like the Leach brothers are really missing an opportunity here, because
to work together and go away. Yeah,
they're too busy fighting each other. They should be working with each other to pull a gap, but at this minute they keep bumping into each other. They need to just start using it. John Boy it's Gary ever so slightly there. John Boy got a great run, but each brother's pinning him in and can't let him through. But
well, I'm glad they're not pulling away with it, because it makes it interesting for me and you to commentate on, that's for sure. Look at John Boy tuck underneath and get the run on Little Leach and on Gary 131, who's round the outside, and they're 3 wide on the exit to Parabolica. Morgan was in the middle of John Boy and Little Leach a minute ago. He's now having a look in the middle of Gary and Little Leach. Where's he going to go? John Boy lost all momentum out to Parabolica there. He tucks in behind Little Leach and Gary again. Gary going to go for his favourite manoeuvre, but so's Little Leach. So Gary can't get that one done. And this is great, because G's now right on the back of Morgan again. This for the title.
The Leach, it's like it's a Leach blockade right now, because they're just not letting anyone through. Little Leach on the inside, Gary on the outside, and G's now got a run. But John, what's happened to Little Leach?
Little Leach might have had a slowdown there, because G and John Boy have flew past. Morgan side by side, if not in front. Look at John Boy. Where's he going to go? Gary, I hope you're looking up your inside. And he does, and John Boy's not actually as close as I thought it once was. But G now up into P3 again. Morgan's going to try and look around the outside. Little Leach is going to tuck back underneath here. This is five for the lead at the moment. Brilliant driving from these lads. Andy, Emo Guy, Smokey Devil, Melted Dazzer, BT Targa, all just behind these, waiting in the wings for one mistake, one trip up, and them guys are there. Little Leach going to look for his manoeuvre up the inside line, is he? No, he can't, because John Boy's got it parked on the apex of the corner. Gary, top job at the moment, defending brilliantly. This is exactly the opposite of what we saw last week at Monaco, Dan, where Morgan and G ran away with it with a slipstream. Great defending from Morgan to win the race. This is all out attack from everybody.
Well, Little Each has just proven to me that where we were at Monaco and pole position was vital. Here at Monza, it means nothing.
No,
you could be on pole position. I mean, Morgan the only G put it on pole, and he's still in second. He's still struggling, and the top 10 are separated by 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
The back of this train is where P10 is, and that is P10 is BT Targa. Gary going very defensive very early on. G's not followed him for the slipstream, so clearly doesn't fancy going with him. Clearly feels like he can outbrake Gary and maybe get the cutback. John Boy was pretty much pushing Morgan down the straight. Little Each is going to look to send one up the inside. Oh, that's Andy going straight on.
Yeah, Andy's lost it and hit the wall. So after he did all the work of catching his pack up, he now has to try and do it on his own. But we've now got loads of fog here now.
Yeah, the fogs came down thick and fast. And G is side by side with Gary. You see the headlights there. Morgan's also past Gary. So Morgan's not got his headlights on there. I didn't see Morgan until the fog started to clear. Morgan is up the inside of G and Gary then as we headed towards Parabolica. And look at the three of them. It's like it's a flying formation like this. For the photos, lads, for the photographers. Gary tucks back in behind G and Morgan then. Can he get that slipstream? Can he make it 3 wide and go for his favourite manoeuvre? He got a bit of a wiggle there. I wonder if he just tapped the back of G coming down the start-finish straight. Little Each, John Boy and Emo Guy on the back of this. Look at Little Each. He's going to try and make it 4 wide. He is making it 4 wide. He's been tapped by G, and as he's made it stick. I tell you what, he's done very well there as Little Each. G a bit laggy just a moment there. And Little Each ahead of Gary. Gary just taps Morgan on the inside and backs out to that one. And we have to wait now for the fog to calm down towards Parabolica. Right, Jamie Brazier in the chat. Here we go again. Yeah, I bet you'll get a regular feeling of this, Jamie, on the lag. On board, Motoring Morgan then. G leads from Little Each, from Gary. Motoring Morgan, Melted Daza, Smoky Devil, BT Targa, Emo Guy, John Boy, Andy, DJ Phil and Nick the Villa. What a race we've got here. 9 up front, separated by 2 seconds. Andy only 1.5 behind John Boy in 9th place. John Boy was up there a minute ago. He's now P9. How one little mistake can put you down the back of the pike.
Well, currently, right now, we've just gone past lap 13 and the pit window is now open, so these guys can pit, but I don't know if they want to.
Or BT Targa and John Boy have.
Wow, maybe they can work together and make their way back through the pack and use each other as a slipstream, but...
Little Each wide.
Little Each just seems to be trying out different lines into turn 1, but because he gets the slipstream back around the track, you could try something new the next lap. But will anyone pit? Do they want to pit? I know BT and John have, but they're going to have to use each other to really get through the pack. But as of right now, these guys are not opting to pit, and G is currently leading them away, and Gary's right behind him. But we know Little Each will try and move on Morgan, and he looks like he's going to try on the inside. He's just rubbing with Morgan. Little Each, you do not want to be rubbing with Morgan.
You don't.
You can rub with everyone else, but you can see Morgan's not happy with that.
Oh, I don't think he was
pitted.
G has pitted. I wonder if he's gone to make an early call. I don't think there's anything wrong with what Little Each was doing there. Rubbin's racing at the end of the day, especially Clio Cup stuff. I don't think there was that much in that, to be fair. You know, what will be will be. I can understand Morgan's frustration, though, as this is for his title at the end of the day. But all these boys have the right to race.
That's very true. At this current minute, these guys are only lapping in the 55s, and I know when I was on my own in clear air, I was in the low 55s, hitting the 54s. So maybe G sat there and thought, why am I battling in this pack when I can lap considerably quicker on my own?
The only man lapping in the 54s last time around was Emo Guy, a 54.8.
They're all in the 55s at the minute.
No, Emo Guy looked 54.808.
Yeah, but the rest of the
pack,
the lead pack are not just making any time.
Morgan's answering to G.
Let's go back to G.
Emo Guy as well is in the pit lane. Morgan's responding to G there 100%. You've got to fuel to the end, don't forget. So we'll have to see what happens. But Gary leads from Little Each, Smoky Dow. It's all just calmed down a bit now. We've had a few pit stops. It's all just started to... Let's all take a breath, have a quick sip of a drink, and I'm sure the action will unfold again.
I think the action is still going on at the front, but we're currently watching the championship contenders because that's what we need to be keeping our eye on. But Gary and Little Each, the Leach brothers, are leading away. But G's coming up towards the line. Where is Morgan? He's only now coming to the pit exit, so G looks like he's got this done by the looks of it.
Yeah, good
So that's
good
the
early
advantage
call.
of being in front.
Morgan not a million miles behind though, and provided everybody doesn't pit. Oh, he's lost enough time, but provided everybody doesn't pit yet, G will come back onto that traffic soon enough. Little Leach and Gary taking Smoky Devil with them. They've kind of drop melted Daz it now. Daz has just pitted. This is where Gary and Little Leach need to use each other, Dan, to get that gap over Motory Morgan and the only G, because if they use each other well here, they can create that bit of a gap to get their pit stop done.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not sure if these boys do go in the same party with each other, but I know for a fact that these two, we want to try to slipstream each other and try and build that gap now. The Leach brothers here from Simplay wanting to try and take a win on Motive Racing channel, and looks like Gary has just dropped off the pace a little bit and let Little Leach go. Probably a slowdown, yeah, but maybe he wants to get the slipstream of Smoky Devil, we just don't know. But Little Leach now takes the race lead, and Gary comes back underneath for Smoky Devil and pushed him right up towards the curb there.
Really was.
Not sure why it was that, maybe didn't quite see him, but Smoky Devil right onto the back of Gary right now, but
Andy's now pitted.
Oh, what's happened there?
That was strange. That was very strange.
Is that just an internet issue there between the two? Maybe one,
like an internet glitch?
Yeah, possibly. I've had that a few times.
Yeah.
But Smoky Devil losing out there, and the Leach brothers now all on their own at the front. So
indeed they are. That was really weird. The top 5, the only guys not to have pitted yet as well. So the top 5 have not been in the pits. We're on lap 18 of 45 at the moment. Gary and Little Leach well out in front.
Yeah, this is important because at the minute we've seen Little Leach, he does a 54.9 on his own, and the only G is only doing a 54.8. So at this minute, G's not actually making that much time to Little Leach.
Yeah, not really gaining anything. And with Little Leach and Gary now, they don't have to fight and trip up each other anymore. They can use each other well here. Gary in the 54.8s that time around, Little Leach in the 55.2s.
They just got to keep switching
together. Yeah, just work together, lads. Just work together. If they are in a party, make sure you're communicating well and just really, you know, that's BT Togger and John Boy they're about to lap, who was on the back of the lead back a moment ago. Smoky Devils now came into the pit, so it's the top 4 who haven't pitted. She'll go up into P5, Morgan will go up into P6. Not a million miles apart to them two. Emo Guy claims
Emo Guy's
P7.
on the back of them as well.
Yeah. Not a million miles between the 3 of them. G only doing a 54.9, so a tenth slower than Gary last time around.
Yeah, so the Leach brothers really do need to start working together. If they want to take a 1-2, they really need to start working together, and I believe this is what's going to happen now. I don't think Little Leach will fight it. Gary will go down the inside. As they do so, it's like watching Mercedes right now.
It is a bit, isn't it? Just without the team, just obviously without the team orders. But it is a bit.
There's probably team orders in right now, but
there's definitely team orders in here right now.
Gary's probably going, get behind me, just slipstream me.
Well, it's funny you say that. Funny you say that. Silverstone National, Gary actually had a bad first race, and then in the second race, these two was 3rd and 4th. John Boy and Morgan had a bit of an incident and span off, and Gary was like, "Oh, bro, let me win. I need to claw some points back." And Little Leach said he won, so they have actually claimed a 1-2 here, so this could be the second 1-2, but will it be Little Leach who gets to win this time around? I think Little Leach can still beat John Boy in the championship, if I remember rightly, so it could be important, that. G, down in P4.
Yeah,
up in P4. Just behind Nick the Villa.
Yeah, Nick the Villa's still yet to pit at this minute, but I think at the minute, most of the top guys have pitted now.
I think it's just the top 3.
I think just the top 3. Nick the Villa, Gary, and Little Leach are the only ones who haven't pitted. We're currently watching G at the minute. Has he
Villa's in now?
Time? So yeah, Nick the Villa, the Leach brothers are the only ones left, and G is 25 seconds back at this stage. So he does a 54.8, and the fog is starting to go away now. So maybe we'll start getting a bit more temperature.
Now the problem is for G, Dan, is he had that bit of slipstream off Nick the Villa last time around, and now he's got nothing. And these two are still sort of working together, so now he's got that much clear air ahead of him. Can G still pump in them lap times while these two are slipstreaming each other? Let's wait and see what's going to happen. And get down to 24.8 seconds. As Little Leach crosses the line and can't get back into 54s, neither can Gary. Can G get them times done on his own? That is the question.
Are these two just hindering each other now? Because at this minute, they're not making any time. They're just still in the 55s. With G on his own, he has no one to worry about, and he can just pump in the lap times. He can take his line, he can take how he wants to do.
Yeah,
every time
potentially.
they swap, every time these two swap, they have to take a different line into a corner, so they kind of compromise themselves.
Yeah, potentially. I see where you're coming from with that one, and I think that you look at the gap, although it's gone back up a few tenths, I'd say you're right. Don't forget these two are yet to pit as well, so 25 seconds I don't think is enough.
As you see there, Gary made loads and loads of time, but then he had to get off the power, so he didn't get too close into the corner. So maybe these two are just hindering each other just that little bit. And I don't think Little Leach has the pace on his own. He does another 55, and Gary does a 54.
54, yeah.
Neither of these two are able to do their own pace in the 54s. So at the minute, they kind of hit a brick wall. G can lap consistently in the 54.8s. So
let's see what he does this time around. 10th quicker.
Morgan's lost a lot of time to G as well.
He's
Morgan's
lost a lot of time. Heck of a lot of time.
When G come across the line, what's he do? This is that. He does a 55.2.
Didn't actually gain that much last time around. Morgan he was a 55 dead.
But he's still a 10th faster than Little Leach, and Little Leach is the one in front. So it's not Gary's time we want to be looking at, it's the leading car's time.
Yeah, 100%.
And just Little Leach does not have the pace on his own.
I completely agree with you, Dan. I think you're right. I think it might be beneficial if Gary takes the lead as this and lets Little Leach get the slipstream. Look, Gary.
So they were equal then.
55.5s.
And geez, it was what, 25 seconds?
25 seconds. It's now down to 23.5. So G really starting to reel them in slowly but surely. And what we're at, just over half race distance, and these have got a long way to go still to pit as well. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me, this.
I mean, G can just keep going around and doing his own lap type and taking his lines. I mean, when I got stuck behind traffic, I kind of found the slipstream was hindering me at times because I just couldn't take my line. I had to kind of avoid other people. So these guys, if they want this to work, they need to find a new way, and they both pit. So
it's an interesting strategy. Obviously, they don't feel that running in clean air on their own is going to benefit them. Little Leach comes into his pit box.
Where is G?
Parabolica. He's done that.
Will they? G's he's cleared them, but where are they going to feed out behind Morgan? Because as of right now, the only G will clearly clear these guys. Gary's only now leaving his pit box. Where's Little Leach? He's left his pit box, and
G's up to speed. G's up to speed. G's done them. Yeah, he's done them by a mile. So they've chipped up each other more than anything.
Yeah, so here comes Morgan now, and they've only now left the pit lane, so Morgan might jump him as well.
Well, there's Little Leach. There's Gary on the brakes now. Morgan, he's jumped Little Leach.
He hasn't quite got Gary, but
no. So G released into the lead on his own with some good lap times there as well. Gary's now defending from P2. For P2, sorry, and Little Leach in the background is trying to attack for P3 again. So the Leach brothers tripping up each other more than anything else there. 5 seconds that gap to G. So G's pulled out a heck of a gap, and G needs this win.
I knew that's what they were doing. They were just not. They weren't helping each other. They were actually hindering each other. So now they got to fight Morgan. So they've just kind of. And Andy, out of nowhere, has got himself into this fight. He's now with the leading bunch after he got caught up in so much incidents at the start. Yeah, and the pack just started to get a bit spread as well now since the pit stops, which we know or knew would have been the case. Obviously, everybody running different strategies and different fuel. Now, question is, how long does it take Morgan to pass Gary, and can he pass Gary? And will he pull away from Gary and head towards G? I don't think Morgan's got the pace, to be fair, to catch G without using Gary as a slipstream. Otherwise, we'd have seen Morgan gain on the back of G earlier on. G has done so well at the moment. But then again, like I was saying a second ago with the Leach brothers, is Gary just going to hinder Morgan? Is he just going to hold him up? G's out on his own. Yeah. Again, he can just take whatever line he likes and just run away with it. if Morgan's fighting here, which he is, he hasn't got pace alone to catch G, so he's kind of stuck in this situation where he's watching his title slip through his fingers.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure on the points, but with Morgan outscoring G in the last round, with Morgan, Little Leach on the grass, and round he goes. Oh, we had such a good race with Little Leach, and he's lost all that time now, back down in 7th, if not 8th place. I'm sure he's going to find it hard now to work his way back up to the front of the pack. Andy and John Boy trying to gain on the back of Motor and Morgan. Didn't Morgan win race 1? From G in 3rd, so Morgan gained more than the 3 points, I reckon. Not quite sure how the point system works. But
for a race win, it's 35 points.
And 3rd?
You get an extra, give me 2 minutes, I will get the points up. But so
we know G took fastest lap.
I'll get the point system up. Just give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, no problem.
But I'm not sure what they were going into this round either. I'm not sure how close in points they were.
There was 3 points between each other.
3 points. So I believe it's 35 for a win, 30 for second, and 27 for third. But
so let me just get the calculator up with the points. So then Morgan came into this one 3 behind on 2.95. And what did he get for the race win?
He got 35, and I think he got the fastest lap as well.
No, I thought G got the fastest lap in the 53s, didn't he?
Yeah.
So Morgan then did a 55. So that puts Morgan on 330. And then G was on... What did G get for third?
27 points for third.
Yeah.
But he got the extra lap for fastest lap.
So an extra point. That puts G on 326. So G is actually 4 points behind Morgan then in this title race at the moment. So with G winning...
Gary's got really wide there.
Oh, very wide. So G will gain an extra 35 points before fastest lap, potentially putting him on 361. And Morgan, now he's into P2, will get what?
So he's in P2, he gets 30 points.
So Morgan will actually lose out. Morgan needs the fastest lap for this to go down to race wins, I do believe it goes down to, doesn't it?
It does go to race wins.
Morgan needs a fastest lap to take it to most wins. And that would be 4 apiece, 5 apiece, because Morgan won this and G is currently winning the second one. So Morgan...
Look at this, Matt. We got Andy, John Boy and Morgan all really close. Looks like if Andy separates these two, that might be the thing that gives G the championship. So, or even John Boy, these guys could split the leading championship and ruin Morgan's chance. But Morgan is holding on so desperately right now.
Well, I mean, as it stands, Morgan needs the fastest lap of the race to take the championship anyway. So Morgan needs to get his finger out if he's going to take the championship. They've both got 5 wins apiece, so I don't know what happens after the win count. This is going to be
highest amount of positions, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna have a look. But if it's not by if they've had an equal amount of wins, it's who has been better off this season. I honestly don't know. Their season's been pretty much similar.
Yeah, G's had 4 wins, 3 seconds, 2 fifths, and an 8th. Morgan's had 4 wins, 2 thirds, 2 seconds, a 4th, and an 8th. Plus the win tonight, plus the second tonight if he finishes P2. G has then had a P3 and a P1 if he wins this one.
I think it might go to Morgan.
Oh, I tell you, but he's got to get the fastest lap to make it tied.
Yeah, don't quote me on that, but at this current minute, I believe G has got the fastest lap with a 54.2. That's what I'm seeing in the race feed. So
Gary's just on a 54.1. Hello.
Well, there's that fastest lap gone.
No, but still, even without the fastest lap, Morgan needs it, because Morgan needs it without G getting it. So this could be absolutely interesting now, going down to the wire here. Could be absolutely fantastic in terms of Look at Gary. God. Gary's gone up the inside of Morgan. Gary's taken P2 away from Morgan. Morgan is not having the race he needed here. Can he get that place back from Gary? Gary's done well to come back onto this pack after running wide and losing out to all three of these guys. And he's now back up into P2. Gary's been fantastic tonight. Gary's been brilliant.
He's been brilliant.
Yeah.
But is this what Morgan wants? Because if he's got the pack with him, if he just lets them go and he maybe slipstream them for one lap and then finds a way past them again, he'll take the fastest lap.
Is it worth the risk? Lap 32 or 45?
Well, at the minute, he's still going to lose the championship either way. At this minute, he's losing the championship. You got 32 laps. You got 32 laps. You're on lap 32. We still got, we'd say, about 13 laps, 12 laps now to go. I mean, the G's doing everything he needs to do, and it looks like nothing's going to stop him.
Yeah.
John Boy going down the inside there, as we see. It just
collapses the curb. Goes onto two wheels, loses the momentum, and that allows Andy through and possibly gives Gary a bit of a run onto the back straight. Nope, Gary decides to tuck back up the inside of him. The ECG in the bottom of your screens, and Morgan just behind. I say just, he's actually 7 seconds down the road, if not 8 seconds down the road. G's in a world of his own at minute 54.8s he's lapping. Morgan 55.6s, so Morgan needs to get something done here. And even if G doesn't get the fastest lap, Morgan needs it, so he's really got to get his finger out.
I would really question just dropping back and just maybe get one lap of a fastest lap and then try and get through the pack. Because at this minute, Andy and Gary and John Boy seem to be tripping over each other left, right and centre, and now Morgan's pulling away from them. It could make it an easy pass, but it is a risk. But like I said, he's losing the championship at this stage, so it's a tricky situation. But as of this moment now, Morgan will not win the championship. G will take the championship.
Indeed he will. 8 seconds separate Morgan and G. Emo guys just past Little each in the background there. Look, they're side by side with each other, but this is the battle for P2, 3, 4 and 5. Gary has got back in front of Andy then. So as it stands at the moment, if our calculations are correct, G will win the title by 1 point, depending on fastest lap. If Morgan gets the fastest lap, they'll be tied on points. If G
gets the fastest lap and he finishes second, he needs to finish second though.
He's got to finish second. I'm talking as it stands at the moment, he needs the fastest lap. John Boy's going to have a look up the inside though, into turn 1. Morgan gives him the space and respect, and he's going to try for the cut back, and he's done that absolutely beautifully. That's textbook, that. He's reached in the glove compartment and pulled it out.
He's not on the stream.
Sorry, go on.
But Jamie Brazier says here goes by most seconds places. So in that case, they're still even, I would believe.
Yeah, I think they're slow.
They would still be even. No, they wouldn't actually. G would have more seconds.
Depending on this race here. Because if Morgan takes the second...
He came third, didn't he?
He came third in the first race, in race 1, yeah.
So if Morgan finishes second here, then it goes to third, I'm assuming?
Because your guess is as good as mine, mate. And Morgan's had more of them.
2/3. He's had 2/3. If G got a third in the first race, then Morgan should take it by points. But Morgan really needs to get a move on and get a fastest lap, because you're really giving me a headache anyway. I don't know about you, Matt.
Oh, I'm getting a migraine trying to figure these numbers out. G leads by a mile at the moment. John Boy's up into second. Gary's third. Morgan's down to P4 now, so that is definitely not what he wants. But he's got the slipstream, so can he get the fastest lap, like you were saying earlier, Dan? He's going to look up the inside of Gary 131 into the Parabolica and makes that move stick. Gary just gives him a little nudge.
Push.
Yeah, a little speed boost for your fastest lap, mate.
I think for it to work, he needs to be a little bit further back. So if he was behind Andy and he's not right on the bumper, he can still take his line, but then still gain that slipstream advantage. But Andy's giving him a little push. There's a 54.7, so still not enough.
The top 4 did 54.7s, and Andy went and done a 54.6. No separating the top 5 drivers today. This is brilliant stuff. It's been great racing here. Oh, and Andy's binned it. All on his own, he got a wiggle. Oh, who's that? That's Nick the Villa rolling backwards, who G's just had to take avoiding action from. Thank God. Nick the Villa didn't touch G there, because could you imagine that one?
This is what Morgan needs. Morgan's close enough to John Boy now that he gets a gain of a slipstream.
Yeah. Good toe.
But it doesn't hinder him.
But he's got to make sure he's not defending too heavy from Gary, and he needs to make sure he can get back past John Boy. That's what he's got to do. This is the toe
he needed.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Gary's still with him. What's Morgan's lap time going to be, or is he thinking the next time around? Crosses the line now, does only a 54.6. Don't think that's enough. Gary's going to have a little lunge up the inside, and Gary's made that one stick. But has Morgan got the cutback? I think he may have done, you know. He has, indeed. So good move from Morgan.
As long as Gary doesn't hinder him down the next parabolica, this is a lovely lap.
And this is the problem, you know.
John Boy's fighting it. He doesn't want to give Morgan the slipstream.
He wants the P2 for himself.
Look in the background. We've got Little Leech and Emo Guy and Melted Daz are all battling at it as well.
Cracking. So no matter where you've looked tonight, it's been battles all out. It's all calmed down a little bit since the pit stop. We're not 9 abreast anymore. There's a couple of 3s here and there. Gary's going to have a look at the inside of Morgan. Morgan tucks back in and chops Gary's nose off near enough there. And he's tucked into John Boy's slipstream then.
See, now these guys are starting to lap faster than G, but I think it's a little bit too late now.
Yeah. Morgan 54.7. Still not enough for Morgan to take the championship. Gary's making sure of that because he needs to finish second, and currently he's down in P3. Gary making sure he finishes off the podium. No matter what's happened here, we've had a great season and a great end to the season tonight as well. It's been fantastic to watch these guys go around here.
Especially the fight between G and Morgan has been fantastic to watch. Mega. And I believe every season these two fight it out, and it's just fantastic. The race they had in Monaco and the race they've had here tonight, it's both of them deserve the championship, and I'd be happy either one take it. But at this second, G is currently doing everything he needs to do. Morgan just needs to find a little bit more. If I was Morgan, I'm tempted to just let Gary go for a minute and just do one decent lap if he can.
Running out of laps, so this is the problem. Running out of laps.
He is running out of laps, but he's still losing the championship.
I know, but how many more laps do you give it? But you need the second place. He needs to. Gary's going to go up the inside, and is Morgan making things tight for Gary? Gary not able to get through yet, but he's kept his nose just there, and he's going to tuck in now. The thing with Morgan is he's just got 6 laps left. He's really running out. It's a short lap as well. It's not like it's a good long lap where you can make a lot of time up. It is a short lap.
I think the problem he's having is John Boy is not.
John Boy's weaving a little bit. Yeah, he's weaving that little bit to break the toe, which he's entitled to do. He's not
of course he is.
heavily defending, and it's John Boy's well within his rights to do so, and that I think is the thing that is what's slowing Morgan down.
Yeah,
I mean, John Boy, no slipstream. Look, 54.9 last time round, quicker than G. It's good.
This is what I mean. If Morgan can just gain a little bit on John Boy, then
he's just done a 54.3. Look at that.
But it's still not enough. Gary did a
54.1, didn't he? Yeah, so it's not enough at the moment. And John Boy,
2 tenths he needs.
It's
fine 3. Margins. He needs 3.
Fine margins, isn't it? Really, fine margins.
But see, that time John Boy didn't make a sharp move to the inside, so it's a bit of a smoother line. But he's having to fight him now. I don't know if John Boy's had a slowdown. Gary's coming down the inside, so this lap will really hinder Morgan, and he's been hit. Oh, this really affects his lap now.
He's really got to get second though, because the fastest lap's no good without the P2. And we're on lap 41, about to start lap 42 of this race. And look at these 3 guys here, 3 abreast as they come out the parabolica. And Andy doesn't know which way to go at the moment. Andy doesn't know whether to make it 4 wide or not, but he's not. John Boy's lost out a lot of time there. Gary crosses the line, P2 this time around at the moment. And these guys slowly catching G, but John Boy back up the inside of Motory Morgan, and Motory Morgan keeping it very tight to try not let John Boy through. But John Boy's got that move done, so Morgan now down into P4. And this is not the position he wanted to find himself in on lap 42 or 45. He'd have wanted to be up the front and sharp end of the grid on the back of G, maybe fighting for the title, but instead he's got to settle for a bit of a tow from John Boy. Now pulls out into the middle between John Boy and Gary 131. Andy getting the tow from Morgan. All clean so far, and Morgan through the middle of both of them. Great move. Back up into P2 he goes, but he needs that fastest lap still.
I don't think he's going to get it. The tyres are probably dead by now, and the best slipstream he had was when he was a couple of tenths back from John Boy. Yeah. But unless he surprises me now. But no, he does a 55-2. It's just not enough. He's losing the challenge. And Gary's hit John Boy.
Gary tapped the back of John Boy under braking
Andy goes
there.
right round the outside of him.
That's brilliant manoeuvre from Andy. Oh, Andy!
Andy's just
got a bit of a twitch. Got a bit of a twitch. And that's allowed John Boy and Gary back up into P3 and 4, and still, somehow, on the back of Motoring Morgan. There's been endless battles tonight. It's been relentless pressure from all these guys on the grid, and what a cracking job they've done. We're on lap 43 of 45. We're about to start the penultimate lap of the season. Gary up the inside of John Boy, you see there. I don't think Morgan's got the pace with no slipstream to get that toe, to get that fastest lap. I don't think he can do it. I don't think he's quick enough on his own round here to get in the 43s at least. Look at John Boy pushing Gary in towards the pit wall there, and Gary's having none of it, holding his position beautifully then. 55.9 from Morgan last time round. Gary was quicker than Morgan and had made contact with John Boy.
Oh, John Boy's rubbing against Morgan. I've got to give it to Morgan. He's doing a fantastic job of keeping these guys behind him, and he's, every time he hits them, he seems to pushes them back. He's like a rock. He doesn't seem to move.
Can he get an interesting slipstream off of DJ Phil for the final lap of the race? DJ Phil, the car just in front. That could be an interesting one, but he's got to maintain P2. On the last lap, your title goes.
But we know how nice DJ Phil is. It looks like Morgan's backing the pack up a little bit, possibly because he's probably listening to us, and he may be trying to get that slipstream off DJ Phil, but he's got to be careful.
Oh, DJ Phil's pitted. DJ Phil's pitted. So that plan's gone to
the toilet.
Yeah,
but
I nearly said it as well.
Here comes Andy.
3 wide into tail 1. John Boy's going to look around the outside of Morgan, and Morgan clips the curb, and he's lost all momentum there. And Andy's passed him. Gary's trying to pass him as well. And this is not what Morgan needed. Gary and Andy's had a bit of a tap and a bit of a slide, and now Morgan's got to do it. Can he use the slipstream here, or has he lost too much time off for turn 1? This is where Morgan needs to do it. G hit the parabolica now. The cameraman picks him up, leaving the parabolica. The only G. Is he going to become another champion of the Renault Clio Cup? I do believe 3rd or 4th time champion of the Clio Cup. He takes the race win here in the final race of the season in great style, but the battle goes on. John Boy currently sits in 2nd place. Morgan needs that 2nd place. He pulls out now. Is this going to be enough as we head down towards the final part of the track? I don't think Morgan's done it. He has! Morgan's just done it, but didn't get the fastest lap of the race. John Boy will finish P3 with Gary 4th and Andy 5th. Little Eats looks like he's going to settle for P6 then. Although Melted Dazza making things hard for him. Melted Dazza at P7. Emo Guy will come home in 8th with Smoky Devil P9. BT Traga a lap down in P10, and DJ Phil as well a lap down in P11. Lost a few in that one, but Dan, what a race. And it went down to the wire with Morgan in the end. And I do believe, if my calculations are right, or if our calculations are right, should I say, G is champion. And I'm just checking the chat, and I can't see anything at the moment. Brilliant race, though. Brilliant race.
Fantastic. The boys did brilliantly tonight, and either if one of them take the championship, it'll be well deserved to either one of them. But if our calculations are right, G would take the fastest lap, and Gary has got the fastest lap, so I think G takes the championship.
So G takes the championship by a point. But if we're right, G won't gain the extra points. We'll finish on 361. Morgan didn't get the fastest lap, so we'll finish on 360. So by my calculations, G has taken the championship. I am just waiting for a confirmation on the general chat. We're not seeing G type anything. Morgan is. G says cheers. We're not seeing any confirmation on the chat as well, but if we're right, G wins it by a point. So congratulations to the only G. Commiserations for Motoring Morgan. It's been a cracking battle all season. G's just said in the chat, I think Morgan's got the championship. Not sure. But that's an interesting one.
Jamie Bracey goes and puts, if my calculations are right, I believe I'm champ.
Jamie, mate, you'd probably have been the champ in the Sim Play Pro-Am category, but your internet's been that woeful that DJ Phil could win it yet.
I believe we've got to wait for standings at this minute, but by our calculations, we think the only G is champion, but That's all we're going to say right now.
Yeah, that is all we're going to say. Keep your eyes out on www.motiveracing.com to see who was the champion. Dan, it's been a pleasure to have you here in the commentary box yet again for 2 absolutely world-class races. Any final thoughts?
Congratulations to either the Only G and Mooch and Morgan. What a fantastic season these guys have put on. And not just them, the Leach brothers did fantastic as well. John Boy, Andy, Emo Guy, all the guys getting involved. Motodaza, John Boy, a lot of you have done a fantastic show tonight. Thank you, Matt, for joining me in the commentary box tonight.
Pleasure, mate, as always.
I don't feel lonely tonight. But,
I'll be back on Sunday, all being well, hopefully. I hope to speak to you in the commentary box more in the future as well. But from all of us here at Motive Racing, take care, have a great evening, and stay tuned to find out who won the championship. Go on to www.motiveracing.com, see if it's on there to see who won the title. But from all of us here at Motive, take care, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, we're at the end.
Sweet.
I think G's won that by a point.
I think yes.
Oh, G! You little bastard. That was fucking epic! Oh, did Little Leach do? Was this towards the end of the race?
On the last lap, it came up next to me. It completely barged his way by me on the first corner. At the end of the chicane of the first corner, it fucked me off.
Ah, right.
Wanker.
Them 2 races was absolute class, they was, to be fair. They was brilliant. Nah. If we think, yeah. Oh yeah, if our calculations are right, then G will take it. Just
my safety rankings. Now I'm even more pissed. I was B and now I'm C. What the fuck?
I'm S class, so sorry.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
If it's any worse, I'm an S class veteran license as well.
Oh, shut up.
Although veteran license isn't as good because that's for just completing races with racing license on.
That's for doing 350 races or something like that.
Oh, I didn't get it till 400 or something on my race thing when you press your profile bit. Bullshit. Right, lads, I'm going to love you and leave you tonight, and I shall be back on Sunday, all being well, hopefully. So,
cheers again, Matt.
No worries, mate.
Everything goes.
Yeah, cheers, buddy. Yeah, cheers, bud. I'll catch you both Thursday night, mate, if I'm around. See you later, buddy. Oh, I know. Catch you later, boys. Oh, Gary Saki is a fucking legend. Little Leach ballsed up second race.
I struggled. That slipstream is ridiculous.
Gary, you're a ledge, mate. Quality.
That slipstream is fucking ridiculous, honestly.
Craig, emo guy's not happy with you.
Is he not?
No, last lap, turn 1, apparently just barged your way through, apparently.
Oh, Liam's just joined.
Oh, let's pull out.
Oh look, we're doing race 2 weather yet again.
Pull out. I've just exited the lobby.
What?
What a tit.
Oh look, we're doing race 2 weather again.
We've already done race 1, me and Lewis, haven't we, Lewis? You know what I mean? It's not our fault you're all late.
I'm not late, mate. I was commentating on one of the best races I've seen in my life.
Yeah, I watched the first race. It was
Gary
brilliant.
was useless.
Oh, shut up. First race was alright.
Second race were alright. Until you pitted.
Yeah, and then fucking forgot that I have to control it into my pit box, so I went in and slammed the pit wall.
Where's he gone?
What are they? He's gone again. Hold on, send him an invite so we know we're fucking waiting.
I've just sent him one.
Oh, well done.
Should we invite him to F1 City?
Yeah?
Should we invite him to F1?
No, you can. I'll be gone after this race.
Oh, it's not the same.
Where is he?
It's not the same if Liam's not racing F1 without you.
Here he is.
Why is Gary in a Lamborghini?
I'm not. Oh, yeah, I am. Wait a minute.
Should have told him.
I shouldn't. You're right. I apologise.
Oh, someone send him to the party, man.
Oh, why have you got to invite him to the fucking party?
Oh, please no.
I think he's already allowed in anyway, to be fair.
Oh.
Here he is.
That didn't work, did it?
Here he is.
Fucking brilliant.
Oh, United won 4-1.
4-1.
Fernandes, Rashford.
How did Chelsea get on?
Chelsea won 2-1.
Fucking hell, I thought they'd have won 4 or 5-0.
Hudson, Odoi, and Giroud.
Who?
Giroud,
Oh,
best striker in
I thought
Premier
it
League.
Jude. I think who the fuck's
Wait
Jude?
a minute.
Jude
Juventus
Law.
won. Ronaldo and Morata. Dortmund won. Haaland and Sancho. Barca won. Liverpool tomorrow.
Yeah,
What are you doing, Gary? You going for the 2-stop or wet?
The one about letting people back in stadium.
Yeah, if you're in certain tiers, aren't you? You'll add 4,000 or 2,000 fans in, aren't they? Good.
Here we go, man.
It's obviously proved that COVID's not that bad, isn't it?
Why is it like 4 Porsches on road?
But my brother's playing bangers a little.
Yeah, he likes that better, I heard. I couldn't hold mine though.
You're alright, you should fly past me.
Yeah, I've burnt mine out already, the prick.
Ooh.
You want to take it steady, Craig?
Yes, we drew 0-0 with Bristol Rovers. Can't believe I'm cheering a 0-0 draw with a fucking team 3 places above us. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Bottom at league. 8 points.
Well, we're not a lot wider than I wanted to.
Oh, you fucking legend!
What's what up? What's happened?
You're allowed fans back in stadium, aren't you?
Yeah.
Might be able to go and watch
For-
Lincoln next month. With Lincoln. Actually, I don't really want to fucking go and watch Lincoln Wigan, to be fair, to be a shit show and we'll get embarrassed.
What happened to you, Gary?
I kind of lost it.
Well done.
Don't worry, I lost it 3 times last time, so.
He did.
You got to get Gary half an hour to get settled back into Porsche. He's just been driving a Clio and ragging that bastard around Monza.
Yeah, we'd be flat to the balls every fucking 2 seconds. Still whoop your ass.
Not mine, mate. That's why I don't race anymore, Gary. I've already beat you. I don't need to prove it anymore. Beat Sutty, beat Craig. I don't need to prove myself anymore, do you know what I mean?
I reckon you still do.
Me and Craig won GT5 Championship Season 1. We don't need to win outhouse in our lives no more.
Oh, little baby cars.
Oi, they're proper cars when you can drive them. Fuck your GT4s.
Now that's a proper car.
It is, innit? It is, innit, Gary?
Morgan wins the title.
Did he?
Morgan finishes 361 and G on 360.
Cool, I tell you that.
Me and Dan worked out that G finished on 361.
I nearly took fucking Motor Morgan out as well. slammed up the inside of him one corner. On wheel or pad layer?
I'm on pad because I'm not racing wheel till next season.
I'll be on in a minute, mate.
Dude, Dean.
Yep. How'd you guess?
I'm going out of this run.
I don't know, to be fair. Just a random
Don't be
game.
nasty, Gary, honestly.
Now I've got to go bathe me stitches out, mate.
Alright, are you on tomorrow?
Yeah, boy.
I'm on most of the day tomorrow because Beth's
Yeah.
Beth's hospital first thing, so.
Oh, ready?
Yeah.
I'm at a funeral tomorrow, so we'll see if I'm racing or not. I should be though.
I didn't say Sooty, I said Gary.
He doesn't ask me.
You didn't text me earlier, you text Gary though. Hey? Hey?
What's that?
Are you on tomorrow, Sooty?
No, probably not.
Ah, you see?
I will be at some point.
Good lad.
It's F1.
Oh, by the way, in with that
when
shovel,
we're
Sooty.
racing.
Oh, yeah, how good was that?
Fucking hell! Just twats him up back at head twice.
Kudos for the lad getting straight up, like.
Oh, mate, he bounced back up here, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he was ready to like a coiled viper, wasn't he?
Still, though, that one Garrison, he's not the ball bloke clean out, and he still decides to jump off at top bump.
No, it was when he got it was when he got the chair that got me.
Yeah. When he is sparked out top floor and all after he's kicked him a few more times. Look at Lewis and Liam showing the Leach brothers how it's done. Yes, boys.
You know what they say, don't you?
What's that?
Cream always rises to the top.
Yeah. So that's why Morgan and G won the 2 races earlier, was it?
Yep. And these all started falling backwards.
DJ Phil texted me at break, Gary. I don't know if you got my message.
Yeah, I sent him one.
He sat there saying, "Get Gary, he's on the pad, isn't he?" And I'm like, "No, he's on wheel." "Oh yeah, he's on the pad, so tell him to send me a setup." I'm like, "He's on the fucking wheel, you daft twat."
Yeah, already. I did send him one anyway.
What, my settings?
No, they run setups, don't they, on the car?
Oh, yeah.
Because they're not pansies.
I don't think we should run setups.
There we go. That's what I'm waiting for.
I've got
I
no
don't-
front downforce.
You know I don't mind doing it because I can set the cars up. I just think it's not. I just think it's a bit of an unfair advantage.
On who?
Eh?
On who?
Everyone else.
Like who? There's no one at group who can't really play with a setup and know what they're actually doing.
Nah.
Dean.
Dean's getting relegated.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, he's your teammate next year, Liam.
You just nah.
Oh,
piss off.
Liam, I don't know what's happening with that thing to do with Mazda now.
Oh, why?
He's pulling out. Got to wear cafters.
Is he?
Yeah, he's got to wear cafters. So he's put on admin chat earlier. So
You won't.
21 seconds. Is that enough for me to pit and get out?
If you got pit stop errors on, or you turn them off.
No, they're on.
Oh.
Depending you don't get a pit stop error, then yes.
What, are you even changing tyres?
Yeah, it could get up to 31.
30 seconds, doesn't it?
No, Gary's 21.5.
It's not. It's 29 seconds on my screen.
Is he?
It's 31 seconds now, the gap between you and Gary.
Are you sure? 22 on mine.
Mate, my screen, you're 30 seconds behind Sutty, now 29, now 28. Liam's 34. Little Leach is 49, and Lewis is 3 minutes 19.
That's alright.
Gap's now down to 26 and a half, 25.
You know
That's
what,
coming down
I'm
quite
gonna
quick,
take
actually.
Your idea of putting softs on. Oh my god, he actually did turn on.
Fucking that was late, wasn't it?
I was umming and ahhing, mate.
That was fucking late. I need to do the weather for next season.
Yeah, I'm definitely putting my wheels on now.
There's Gary.
Oh, Sutty. I see you out while I'm on my way in.
Fucking hell, that pit lane's long, innit? You're not out of it yet?
No, not yet. No, I am.
Fucking hell.
Where's Craig? Is that
right.
Craig coming
yeah,
now?
right behind you. Gary's just gone through turn 4.
Now I'm on my way. Oh dear.
You missed what?
I'm gonna be in last.
What?
You're gonna catch me up. Lewis C20. That what? That number? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the game's glitched out.
Why?
Little Leach is third, 22 seconds off the back of Gary, but yet Sutty's second, 23 seconds off the back of Gary. No.
Prick.
Oh, Craig, sold sideways. Bet's off anyway, considering Gary's now on wheels, so don't matter. Well, I mean, Gary's going to win title, especially now Mazda's pulled out. Don't worry about that, Beth.
Paddling got a
Ooh, very slidey on this side.
You what? I'm not wasting it, I'm just tip-exing out what I wrote on here earlier. Because why not? It's only maths.
Shouldn't be rubbing out.
I know you are.
Bit of
Going
burn.
to tea. Yeah. Right. Let's go do Beth a quick coffee.
Come on, just stop raining you. Get a bit more dry so these soft tyres can actually work properly. Oh no. Oh god, I've only just realised this, like, all in blue. Jeez.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, okay.
I am not doing this soft tyre thing again. I'm just gonna go to wets.
I'm liking the wets better, Gary.
Jesus, I've lost like 20 seconds.
It's a lot more stable on wets, isn't it?
Yep.
It depends what kind of person you are. Do you like it drifty-ish, but... Or do you rather have it have a very steady drive? Which one I rather choose? Steady.
You want to try wets till the end, will you, Gary?
You what?
You want to try wets till the end, have you?
I haven't tried yet, no.
I'll try it.
Ah, well, they start burning up near end. Well, if as long as
Obviously, because you'll have to pit, won't you? Well, I've done my pit stop. I think I'm going to start on wets.
Fuck off, that's my strategy.
I think that's what I'm going to do, mate.
Guys, fucking whack a sack.
Right.
Oh, who's that? Which one?
Not me.
Which one?
That's me.
Where have you gone, Craig?
I dropped 10 seconds behind you somehow.
You spin?
No.
Alright.
And I'm lapping 155s. 155s?
I'm lapping 53, 52s.
Right.
Ain't Latin shit.
Which I take is what you're lapping, Gary.
52,991 to be precise.
Yeah.
I did get a couple of
Gary.
50s and 51s earlier.
Did you? Bloody hell. What, in the dry?
Lap 6. I think it was the crossover, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, City.
Oh, 18.
Yeah. Right. Telltale. See if the thing's alright.
Is that you again, Gary?
Yeah.
You keep hitting that puddle, don't you?
No, I just keep trying to pin it a bit too early.
I want to move to wet tyre, but I've got a feeling I'm going to put wet tyre on it. As soon as I come out of pits, it's going to be dry as hell.
It'll start drying up now.
Yeah, I'm no chance am I doing this soft tyre thing in race. It's dreadful. Just means I might have to do 2 pit stops instead of the 1. Or
Yeah, I reckon most of you pro-am boys will have to do a 2-stopper. Obviously, you can't change it to start tyre.
Watch out, Liam. I'm coming up here now.
yeah, I'll just go in.
Cheers, mate.
I'm running very slow as it is because
Oh, fuck me.
tired. Oh no. This one. Here we go. It's not like
Alright,
it.
boys.
Alright.
Gary's still winning, yeah?
Yep.
He's got to pit yet, though, hasn't he? Oh, Dean's in the chat. Evening, Wakasaki. Alright.
Ah.
Oh shit, I'm still live here. Yeah.